they're so real. Already know exactly how you feel. See the head, not like seeing a steeple. You damn well know they're one of the people. Nobody breaks us, 'cause nobody made us, and no one can take this 'cause we got their fix. We are the people, we are the people, we are the people. Don't mess with this.
Good morning, everybody. How's it going? It is Tuesday morning, and well, I'm here running it by myself. Welcome, Patrick and the people, everybody. Patrick being, of course, out for the week. He's on his way to Oklahoma to film the block. So thanks for joining me. I'm Rich Rockwell. Bundy will be here in a little bit with us. He's just running a little bit behind, and I guess everybody else that I had scheduled today to come in and hang out and say what's up has overslept or whatever. So is what it is. We're going to continue on. So good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. I see good morning, Brad. Good morning, Latasha. Morning, little doggy. Hope you all are doing all right this morning. Tasha, look forward to having you in hopefully tomorrow. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and kick it off. We'll talk about y'all's news and y'all comment in where you went. I'll try and pay attention, and we'll try and handle this thing. Like I said, Bundy will be here in a little bit. He's on his way in. So apparently that Florida State University shooting suspect has been charged with murder. Suspect in last month's mass shooting at Florida State University was charged with murder after his release from the hospital. The stepson of a sheriff's deputy is accused of killing 2 people and injuring at least 6 others after he allegedly opened fire on the main campus on April 17th. He's been charged with 2 counts. It's a music bed. Yep, it's going to be a good Tuesday. He's been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 7 counts of attempted murder. The suspect was shot by police during the rampage. Police say he's being held at a detention facility in the region, but they aren't saying which one. According to the families and their attorneys, the 2 people who died are Robert Morales, a university dining coordinator, and Tiru Chaba, an executive for a food service vendor, Aramark. So that's what's going on. If you're looking for a new job or, just looking for one in general, maybe a second one, McDonald's has come out and said they're going to be hiring 75,000 workers this summer. They plan to hire up to 375,000 workers nationwide. They announced the move at a news conference. Geez, if I can talk this morning. Alongside U.S. Labor Secretary Lori Chavez. Yesterday's event celebrated the 10-year anniversary of the company's Archways to Opportunity program, which offers tuition assistance and helps employees reach their education goals. The new hires will be in permanent positions and will be part of one of over 1 million employed by the company. McDonald's is known to be one of President Trump's favorite restaurants, and the company donated $1 million to his second presidential inauguration. So I don't know why Trump has to do with them hiring more people, except that he was there during his campaign serving fries or whatever. So hey, nonetheless, good for McDonald's. Business still doing well, apparently. Kim Kardashian is set to testify at a robbery trial in Paris today. She is in Paris to testify today in her multi-million-dollar jewelry heist trial. Alleged robbers are charged with stealing more than $10 million in jewels from her hotel in the city in 2016. She was bound with zip ties and duct tape as robbers took her jewelry, which included a $4 million engagement ring given to her by her ex Kanye. 5 suspects are charged with armed robbery and kidnapping. The others are accused of being accessories. This morning, Kardashian's former stylist, Simone, took to the stand and described the PTSD she now has because of the violence of the break-in. She was pretty emotional, and she was staying with Kim during the incident as they were in Paris for Fashion Week. So apparently Michael B. Jordan is going to be bringing his Creed series to Prime Video. The long-awaited installment of the next installment of the Creed story is coming in the form of a series. Michael B. Jordan and his Outlier Society are set to produce Delphi for Amazon Prime Video, which is great news for Amazon. I'll definitely have to tune into that along with the blocks. Don't forget about that. The show will take place at the Delphi Boxing Gym and focuses on young athletes who populate the ring. No other details are out except Marco Ramirez as being the showrunner have been released. So that's cool. I just caught those movies actually. They just had a little marathon of the Creed movies on TV the other day, so I enjoyed those. What's up, Andy? I don't know, Latasha. That is a good question. It didn't say anything in there whether the parent got in trouble. I was seeing your comment there. Yeah. See what I can find out here. I don't think that they didn't go after the parents at all. I mean, he was a 20-year-old, so I'm guessing they were able to just, they could probably prosecute him as an adult. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that though and see more. Yeah. Let's see here. So Philadelphia and Pittsburgh have apparently come out and topped the list of the most UFO sightings in Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh is near the top of the list of Pennsylvania cities when it comes to UFO sightings. Stacker.com has put together rankings based on numbers shared by the National UFO Reporting Center. I didn't even know that was a thing. More than 200 sightings since 1995. Pittsburgh lands at number 2 on the list, behind Philadelphia. Western Pennsylvania is also home to one of the most interesting cases in history for many UFO enthusiasts, the alleged Kicksburg crash of '65. Apparently, the Kicksburg Volunteer Fire Department has fun with the mythology surrounding the alleged crash by hosting the UFO Festival every July. So, good morning, Wendy. She says she's in Alabama heading to Fort Worth, Texas. So, be safe out there. What's up, Governor Hot Wheels? How you doing, man? Again, thank you all for tuning in. Like I said, Bundy will be here in just a little bit. Good morning, David. Good morning, Andy. So we get to see, all what I can try and do here on the spot. Got a lot of cool things coming up this weekend. Of course, as I mentioned, Patrick is on his way to Oklahoma for the blocks. This weekend, I'm actually going to be heading out to Oklahoma myself on Saturday, getting a chance to announce for the Midget Warrior Wrestling out there at Oklahoma. They're going to be in, I guess it's pronounced Miami, Oklahoma. I pronounced it Miami, but at the Buffalo Run Casino and Resort. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. I guess we'll kind of see what's going on in other areas. And then, of course, we've got the Hot Springs Wise guys coming up at the end of the month. So certainly getting pumped for that. Apparently, Bill Belichick's girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, scores third place. Got a third place finish in the Miss Maine pageant. Her recent renown didn't help her much on the beauty pageant stage. Jordan Hudson, again, headline-making girlfriend or whatever. She's girlfriend of Bill Belichick. She came up short in her quest for the Miss Maine USA title. She came in third, placing during the finals, which, I mean, hey, third is still good, right? Even with Belichick cheering her on from the audience, this was a step down from her second place finish at the same pageant in 2024. She did, however, take home the pageant style award earlier in the competition. So there you go. I mean, what? Because you're Bill Belichick's girlfriend, they're just supposed to give you first place? Like, come on. That's just trying to use who you know to get to where you want to be, apparently. So, Irwins are back in the news. Yesterday we had talked about his daughter not being able to make it because of an appendix burst. Well, Robert Irwin is getting tons of DMs after a racy photo shoot. People magazine caught up with Robert Irwin at the Steve Irwin Gala over the weekend, where the conversation inevitably turned to his recent photo shoot for Robert and Bond's Made for Down Under underwear campaign. Apparently, this is what's making it into the news. Apparently, it's caught the attention of a whole new set of admirers. Says, oh my gosh, the DMs are a dangerous place right now. I've been given the DMs a wide berth, the naturalist turned model said. Irwin's reasoning for posing was strictly altruistic in nature. He says the campaign, this has added this new element to my message. It's always been about animal conservation, positivity, all of that. But hey, while I can, benefit from it, it's now health and fitness too. So, good for you, man. Yeah. Jessica Simpson gave her daughter a 13th birthday to remember. She revealed on Instagram that, or I guess her daughter revealed on Instagram that her and her mother went all out for their daughter Maxwell's 13th birthday, surprising the teen with a getaway to Paris. My oldest Maxwell turned 13 in Paris on May 1st. She captioned her sideshow. My mom surprised us with the most beautiful celebration of life and love. 3 generations, 3 connected hearts, 3 spirits. Where's 3? Oh, okay, because her grandmom too. Okay. So yeah, good for them. Y'all got to go to Paris. I got to stay home for my birthday. Okay, apparently, Aunt Anstead's Radford Motors files for bankruptcy. Renell Zellweger's custom automobile business is struggling. People magazine reports that Anstead Radford Motors filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy following a court hearing last Thursday. This follows the company filing a voluntary petition for relief under Chapter 11 of the Bankruptcy Code last October. Apparently they're officially closing its operations as a result of the new filing, and neither the company nor he has spoken publicly about the issue. So that's what's going on there. Just reading the comments here. Spoiled AF. Yes, yeah. For real, doggy. Like, oh, you get to go to Paris for your 13th birthday. That'd be my best birthday ever, too. Like, hey, if y'all want to, you're looking to just give out trips or anything. So, yeah. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Y'all just give me a minute. I've got to scroll, and this is fun. It's gonna be an interesting day today. Of course, since you see there's so many empty chairs here, if you'd like, hit me up if you want to come in at all on this week. Be a guest and come hang out. More than welcome. Be glad to have you. We're gonna be having more guests coming in through the week. I know Andy, you're coming in. There you go, little doggies. That's such a heartwarming story. A testament to love of the mother. Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, we need Patrick here for that one for sure. Hey, congratulations, Latasha. She says it's her daughter's sweet 16 today, so congratulations to her and happy birthday. That's awesome. You have anything special planned? Are you going to take her on a trip out of the country? Maybe, I hear Paris is beautiful this time of year. Definitely check it out. I don't know if y'all heard or not. I just caught a little bit of it on Facebook yesterday. There's been some videos focusing on local news here. There's been some videos at a school in Hot Springs, Lakeside School, where apparently the officer or whatever was having a confrontation with one of the students and ended up arresting him. And it's a crazy thing. I don't know all the details, so I don't want to speak on it. But I was just wondering if y'all had heard on it. So. Is it Tiana? Is that it? Happy birthday. I'm hoping I'm saying this right. Happy 16th birthday, Tiana, from myself and all of us here at Patrick and the People. I hope it's a good one for you and you enjoy every minute of it, and welcome to being 16. So, the markets yesterday had a huge day because of the U.S.-China tariff pause announcement. Stocks in the U.S. jumped big time after the U.S. and China issued a joint statement yesterday saying the two countries agreed to cut tariffs on each other's goods for 90 days. The Dow climbed over 1,100 points. The NASDAQ entered bull market territory with a 4.4% gain, which means it's risen 20% from a month ago, and the S&P 500 went up 3%. Thank God I'm reading that on a screen because I have no idea what I just said. I'm not a stock person. But apparently the U.S. will cut the duties placed on Chinese imports from 145% to 30% for the 90-day period, so that's a huge drop. China levies on U.S. imports are being reduced, we said that yesterday, from 125% to 10%. Gold prices dropped and the dollar got stronger as markets reacted. So, that's the basics of it. It's all good things. This is what's been going on. Like even Patrick said this. Everybody freaks out and the market's crashing. And that's the time to buy, and and then turn around and sell high, it always comes back one way or another. So, yeah, this is all just, again, part of that trade talk and what's going on, and, so it will continue. Trump now calling on drug makers to lower prices in the next 30 days. I believe it was yesterday. I was just reading. He'll say anything for a $5, pull out a 20, he'll announce midgets are fighting. Oh, y'all are crazy. So yeah, President Trump signed an executive order to lower prescription drug prices in the U.S., aiming to make them as cheap as in other countries. He called it a most favored nation policy, saying it could cut costs by 30% to 80%, or even 90% in some cases. The plan focuses on drugs used in Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurance, including weight loss medications like Ozempic, which the president seemingly referred to as the fat shot drug. So, yeah. Specifically, Trump says he wants U.S. prices to be no higher than the lowest price paid in any other developed country. The order gives drug makers 30 days to lower prices, but it's not clear how quickly this will happen or which drugs will see the biggest cuts. So, again, cheaper drug prices put more money in our pockets, hopefully, and in yours. And in really, I'm glad to see it. Hopefully they do. And I know there's, for diabetes, that's been a long time thing. So, hang on here one second. So, one of my guests that was supposed to come in, Sonny was supposed to come in and join us. Just got a message. Oh, I forgot. You still want me to? Yeah, come on up. I'm kind of drowning here. Just a little bit. Sweet good news story here. Dairy Queen has apparently helped a couple named Mr. and Mrs. Blizzard have a dream wedding. Olivia Morris and Bradley Blizzard recently celebrated their marriage with a unique twist by incorporating Dairy Queen, inspired by the groom's fitting last name and their shared love of DQ's popular frozen treat. The restaurant chain surprised the couple with an engagement shoot, custom swag, and a Blizzard dessert bar at their wedding. Olivia said the day exceeded anything she'd imagined, and their guests were blown away by the surprise. When Olivia Morris and Bradley Blizzard tied the knot earlier this month, becoming Mr. and Mrs. Blizzard, it made perfect sense that they'd want to work their love of Dairy Queen into the celebration. When they met 4 years ago, Olivia learned of her future husband's last name. She couldn't help but think of DQ's iconic frozen treat, the Blizzard, which she'd loved as a kid, blah, blah, blah. So apparently their wedding took place in Collinsville, Texas, setting a local franchise with a Blizzard cooler, frozen desserts, and treats for their guests. Olivia says the day exceeded anything she'd imagined, as we mentioned earlier. So yeah, that's kind of a cute little story. Somebody else was telling me the other day they had gone to a Dairy Queen to get an ice cream, and the Dairy Queen was out of ice cream, which I was like, how is a Dairy Queen out of ice cream? Like, why would you even open then? That's the number one. Nobody who goes to Dairy Queen for food. Number one. That's what I want to know. I know they have a grill. I've eaten things at Dairy Queen when I've gone to Dairy Queen for ice cream, and I'm like, oh, I happen to be hungry too, so I'll go ahead and get a meal. But, it's one thing, you're used to it. McDonald's, the ice cream machines are always broke. But you ran out of ice cream, and you're the ice cream store. Doesn't sound like a good day to me. Anyways. All right, let's try this out, see if this works.
If you're looking for a vehicle, you know where to go. Fitz Auto is the place to go. Now, you can go online at fitzauto.com, or you can go in person, 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock. What makes them different? What makes them special? Well, they work with you regardless of your credit history because they're their own bank. They don't have to ask anybody else. It's up to them who they work with. And they have late model, low mileage vehicles. They're going to save you money. They're going to put you in something you can be proud of, and it doesn't matter. Sports car, truck, SUV, boat, RV, camper, amphibious units. They've got motorcycles, anything you could possibly want on wheels and an engine. They've got it there for you. Check them out, fitzauto.com. Start there, in there. It's where you're going to go because it's the best deal.
Turned on the radio today, cut it off after 2 songs play. Whatever happened to rock and roll? Everything is sad and it blows. Huey was singing now about the heart, ZZ Top jammed about cars, AC/DC shook us all night long. Why are all the good times gone? I just wanna get in my damn car and bump up the speakers without hearing all these songs about depression, dope, and tweakers. Days riding with my friends, singing every song to the end. What the hell are they doing now? Sitting together in a car and crying. Sometimes my buddies ask me, how come you don't listen to new stuff? I don't know, but maybe it's because I'm not a damn cream puff. I just wanna get in my damn car and bump up the speakers without hearing all these songs about depression, dope, and tweakers. While all these folks are sad and wailing, I'm sticking with Def Leppard, GNR, and Van Halen. Oh yeah. It always feels like a good jam session, and I don't end up with a bag of depression. And bump up the speakers without hearing all these songs about depression, dope, and tweakers. Across the room, I'm lost in you. Must be something in this screen. But let's remove that dress and liberate you. Tonight's gonna be anything but routine. I don't wanna just feel your body, my mouth on every inch of you. It's not that I wanna kill the party, but these are the things I wanna do. Put my tongue in all the sweet places, put you through all your love faces. On the bed, the dresser, and the floor, I'm gonna turn that gentle rain into a downpour. I know this party at 1:45. Everyone dropping it down, feel the beat. But my imagination ain't focused on the funk. I'm not stopping until we soak the sheet. Put my tongue in all the sweet places, put you through all your love faces. I don't know, maybe it's the red in that dress that's got my need for you on steady 10. Let's go home and let me confess. Let's take a couple shots and word them. Put my tongue in all the sweet places. Put you through all your love faces. On the bed, the dresser and the floor. I'm gonna turn that gentle rain into a downpour. Sweet places, sweet places. Can't wait to taste it. Can't wait to taste it. Sweet places.
All right. Well, again, me not knowing what any of these music buttons are really. So apparently that's the song y'all get this morning. What a way to start it off. Just coming back and reading comments while that song was playing. Anyways, where was it here? Governor Hot Wheels, I saw your comment. Will take a shirt off for a 20. No, I won't. And yes, Latasha, I agree. We need gas and groceries to drop for sure. Yeah, Tactical, you should have came in. It's all good, though. We'll see you soon. I think you're coming in, what'd you say, tomorrow? And Latasha, we'll get you in here, too. I don't know who Weapon Collector is. He said, you're full of bull, mate. Trust me, I'm the boss around here, and that's a fact. No, you're not. Not around this podcast, at least. Hot Wheels, Rich Rages on DQ. Yeah, Wendy, exactly. It's like a bar with no beer. Like, how are you going to open up? Yeah, little doggy, I'll agree with you. A bar with Jaeger is good. That's my favorite drink. Y'all said we need to hear ham sandwich. Man, I will, I'm looking through the list here. I don't know if we have it on here or not. I'm not seeing it on the board here. So get it to me, little doggy, and I'll get it loaded on. So anyways, yeah, I again, I don't know who it is, but hey, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it, man. So, good morning, everybody. I am Rich Rockwell, of course, hanging out here with you this morning. Bundy on his way in. Hey, what's up, Sarah? Sarah's on Facebook. She tagged somebody, said you got to watch this morning, so thank you for spreading the word, and be sure to check us out on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you are watching on YouTube, do the same thing, man. Smash that like button. Still looking to get those followers up. We did just pass over the 500 mark, which was, of course, our goal until, we found out we needed some more. So we're going to have to do that times 2, everybody. So, again, get spreading the word. Get smashing that like button. Morning, Cody. What's up, man? Hey, you have a good day, too. Sarah, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Morning, Keith. Hope everybody's doing good. Thanks for joining us on Facebook, y'all. Be sure to chime in and say what's up. I was looking here. Where did that story just go? I just had it here, too. You've got it. You've got ham sandwich, Hot Wheels. All right. I tell you what. Hold tight onto it for a minute, and we'll play it here in just a few when we do our next commercial. So, midget wrestling. Yeah, Andy, I'm really looking forward to that, man, this weekend. I don't know if y'all saw on Facebook yesterday, I had ordered a special suit jacket, got it on a deal. Online, actually, and from Joseph A. Bank. Anyways, just came in yesterday. I need to get a little bit of alterations done to it. So, look, if any of y'all know a good tailor, especially around, like, the Little Rock area, that can get me taken care of and get it back to me by, like, Friday, let me know, please, because I'm in desperate need of one so I can get that jacket ready to go for this. Soothing melodies of Rich. Yeah. You got it, Mitchell. So... is that it? Yeah, doggy. We may have to look into that. I'm not sure, man. But anyways, let's see what else we got for you here. Try and bring up some more stories again. So this just came out. Apparently, Wallet Hub has come out with their best and worst places to start a career. So, based on the best and worst places to start a career in 2025, they rated 182 cities across the country on 25 key metrics, including the availability of entry level jobs to the average monthly starting salary. Get that shot of coffee there. That's what that is. Atlanta, Georgia is the best city for new grads to start their career, while the worst is Pearl City, Hawaii. As new college grads get ready to enter the job market for the first time, location, 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 right? It can make a huge difference. Some areas offer more of what these young professionals are looking for, and a new report from Wallet Hub highlights where they are. Again, they raised it on housing affordability, average monthly starting salary, to availability of entry-level jobs. So Austin, Texas came in at 4th overall. However, it does have the number one. It came in as number 1 for the quality of life. Topping the list, top 10 best cities, coming in at number 10, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, followed by Columbia, South Carolina. Number 8, Salt Lake City, Utah. Okay. Number 7, Richmond, Virginia. 6 is Charleston, South Carolina. 5, Miami, Florida. I guess I could see that, definitely for nightlife and everything. 4, Austin, Texas. 3, Tampa, Florida. Number 2, Orlando, Florida, because, lots of entry-level jobs at Disney World. And then number 1, Atlanta, Georgia. 3 different cities in Florida, though. Topping the list of the top 10. Just don't get mauled by any bears while you're out there. Top 10 worst cities, apparently. Number 10, Moreno Valley, California. Number 9, Toledo, Ohio. Well, I can't necessarily disagree with that. Ohio's just not really good for anything. What would we say? 8, Newark, New Jersey. 7, Santa Clarita, California. Number 5, there we go. Well, we beat Ohio again. I don't know if that's something to be proud of or not, but top 10 worst cities. Number 5, Detroit, Michigan. Number 4, New York, New York. Well, that's obvious. I mean, can't even rent a closet in New York to live in for under $5,000. So, number 3, Oxnard, California. 2, Bridgeport, Connecticut. 1, Pearl City, Hawaii. Again, those are the top 10 worst cities to start a career. Figured California would make the list. I just read the other day, I think it was yesterday, a news story that was talking about, awesome, Latasha, I will have to look that up, thank you for that. But I was reading a news story yesterday about, like, the governor of California cracking down on the homeless camps and trying to help them out. And supposedly something about a grant, but basically that he was going to come out and say, all right, it's illegal to have a tent. And I was like, okay, that seems like that sounds like solid advice. That's going to really help curb the homeless camp population. We'll make it illegal. You can't have a tent now. So, well, all of a sudden I'm not homeless anymore. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Let's see here. So, a Harvard youth poll came out and said that only half of young people say having kids is important. The 50th edition of the Harvard poll is out, revealing what matters most to young Americans. Having kids is not on that list. In fact, it ranks the lowest of the 6 life goals respondents were asked about, landing behind financial security, home ownership, long-term romantic partnership, marriage, and significant wealth. According to the poll, marriage and significant wealth, that's kind of an oxymoron, but anyways. According to the poll, fewer than half of the 2,096 surveyed feel a sense of community, and only 16% report doing well or very well financially. Financial security did top the list, with 86% agreeing it's important. Well, yeah, everybody wants to know that financially they're going to be, able to live their life comfortably, throughout the rest of it. So I can understand financial security. Home ownership comes in second, 74%, followed by finding a long-term romantic partner at 67%. So, that's still, to me, kind of follows along the classic, trends of what you want. You want a life, you want a house, you want a partner, that eventually leads to wanting a family, and yeah, so it kind of sounds like more of the same. Um, Thank you, Latasha, for sending me all those. I do appreciate that. I'll definitely check those out. Um, what's up, Kelly? How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Uh, yeah, just reading through the comments here, but yeah, I don't really understand what the significance of what this says. Traditional family milestones are less of a priority. Only 57% say getting married is important, while 53% are optimistic they'll get married one day. I mean, I've done it once, kind of twice. Like, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Men and women rank romantic goals equally important, but women are slightly more confident they'll find a long-term partner than men. That's interesting. Having children is ranked the lowest of the 6 life goals respondents were asked about. Just 48% think it's important, and only 46% believe it's within reach. And I mean, that's still half, like, close enough, 4% off. I mean, it's not that, to me, it's not that big of a, I don't think it's that shocking. Do you? Half say, half say it's important to have kids, and the other half believe it's within reach. So, I mean, maybe the other half just isn't ready for kids yet, There's nothing wrong with that. When it comes to finances, 4 in 10 say they're barely getting by, and just 16% report doing well or very well financially. Well, again, costs are up across the board. It's hard. It's hard to be a young person, a young adult. I'm 38, 39 now. I still consider myself a young adult, even as I'm approaching my 40s. It's tough out there for everybody. So you just gotta roll with it. Awesome, Latasha. Thank you. I got that. Kelly says, "LOL. I give it no stars. Would not recommend." Yeah. I didn't leave a good Yelp review on the whole getting married thing. Yeah, it's I've always said if I ever get married again, I'm gonna collect a $2,000 security deposit up front because lawyers be expensive. And yeah, just like this says, sure, getting married and having kids isn't as important as these to these respondents yet. Some of them are only 18. Yeah, you're just getting started. Like, you're still focused on, partying up and going to college and hitting up the bar and hanging out with your friends. You don't want kids right now. Kids are the last thing in your mind, and it should be. Enjoy your life, live it, wait a little while. But as you get older, I don't regret having kids. Kids are great. I love them, man. That's more entertaining to me than going out to the bar or whatever. I love to see what next crazy thing my kid is going to come up with to do and come to me. Daddy, come see this. Okay. He's a daredevil. Jax loves everything. So, but hey, if you were taking this poll, what life milestones would you rate as most important? What would you have said when you were in your 20s or now even? How have your milestones changed over the years? And, do you consider yourself financially stable now? I don't know. Sound off in the comment. I certainly don't. There's a lot of things that I want to do that I'm still working on. Yeah, exactly, Mitch. Mitchell, get a dog. If you want to, try out having a kid, yeah, get a dog. That'll take care of it. I was just looking and checking up, seeing if Bundy has said anything. So, another little study that came out yesterday, we talked about, I think it was like the funniest places or whatever. Now there's the weirdest street names in the country. I think we've talked about this before, but Arkansas did make the list a little bit. This is my way, which way, right way, that way, straight way, and same way. All those street names are in Houston, Texas. That's special. Could you imagine trying to give directions? So you're just going to go up there about a quarter of a mile, hang a left on same way, then hit straight way, and then go just like 2 or 3 buildings down. When you see the Citgo gas station on your right, just head that way. Yeah, just turn on that way. Yeah, that would confuse me. So there's also in Michigan, there's Psychopath in Traverse City, Michigan. Have It Your Way in Eagle Mountain, Utah. Zizix Road in California, Booger Hollow Road. 6 states have used it. Booger Hollow roads can be found in Georgia, Arkansas, Alabama, California, Missouri, and Louisiana. Apparently in Simsbury, Connecticut, there's Tootin Hill Road. In Las Vegas, there's, is that Windy Butte? Is that how it's pronounced? B-U-T-T-E, Windy Butte, really? Oh, Bayute, okay. It's like beautiful. All right, I see it here. The name of the residential... Oh, anyways, Far From Poopin' Road in Fanny, Arkansas, and Toadsuck Road in Conway, Arkansas. Of course, with Toadsuck days and everything just happened. So, yeah, we got that going on. Is there really? Just reading the comments here. Yeah, Wendy, that's for sure. Jack says very comical. Tactical Turkey says stay off Gateway. People going in all directions. Wiener Cutoff Road on your way to Wiener, Arkansas. Says Mitchell Rudder. That's a heck of a road name there. So, all right. Well, let me see what we can do here. Hot Wheels, you ready? You got that ham sandwich song queued up, man? We're going to do this real quick, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Have you been injured? You need an attorney with a passion for people and an obsession with justice. That attorney is Tim Reed in Little Rock. Look, they've won $1.3 million in wrongful death, almost $1 million in medical malpractice and in insurance dispute. These guys know what they're doing, but more importantly, he's not a figurehead of some kind. He's not just some person on a poster with a picture of a rig or a smile or his dog with him. This is a real guy you can text with, you can talk to, and who will take good care of you. He'll work with you personally to get what you deserve. Check out reedfirm.com, reedfirm.com, or give him a call, 777-7333.
It's like Tasha in the spotlight. Got a snack on my mind. Crunchy little treasures, the best you'll ever find. Sour and salty, that flavor explosion. Pop a bag open, it's a chip devotion. Every bite's a bite-sized dance. Pickle flavored dreams got me in a trance. Potato crisp, you know I can't resist. Perfect on their own or with a ham sandwich. Pickle chips, yeah, they make me sing. Crunch so loud like a bell that rings. Sour and salty, best of both worlds. La Tasha snack game, watch it unfurl. Pickle chips, oh, they light my day. Every little crunch takes my stress away. When the bag's empty, I'm here to say, bring on the chips, let's celebrate. Take a trip to the store, grab a huge bag. Going all in, never need to brag. Sharing's not a must, it's a solo spree. With pickle chips around, I'm feeling so free. Toss them in a bowl, let the party blow. Friends and laughter, let the good vibes flow. Crunch time, snack time, it's all divine. Pickle chips in hand, yeah, life's a sweet grind. Pickle chips, yeah, they make me sing. Crunch so loud like a bell that rings. Sour and salty, best of both worlds. La Tasha snack game, watch it unfurl. Pickle chips, oh, they light my day. Every little crunch takes my stress away. When the bag's empty, I'm here to say, bring on the chips, let's celebrate. So here's the scoop. Gather round my friends with every crunch. Let the laughter blend. Pickle flavored magic, it's a tasty affair. In the land of snacks, they're beyond compare. Let's raise a chip high, toast to the good times. I'm Latasha's and pickle chips, yeah, they're truly sublime. Pickle chips, yeah, they make me sing. Crunch so loud like a bell that rings. Sour and salty, best of both worlds. Latasha's snack game, watch it unfurl. Pickle chips, oh, they light my day. Every little crunch takes my stress away. When the bag's empty, I'm here to say, bring on the chips, let's celebrate.
All right, we're back. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed that. So. The heck was that? I don't know. I heard some news or heard some noise there somewhere. Anyways, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Little doggy, I just got some of the other songs. I'll try and Brad. I'll try and see what's going on there. Where was Dead Air at, Brad? Was that song not playing? Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Should put it on speaker. Right? Something like that, little doggy. We'll get it figured out. It's all good. Like I said, I just got your songs there, so we'll definitely get those. Kelly said she's digging the pickle chip song. That's good. Glad you're enjoying that, Kelly. So, anyways, I don't know, what y'all think about this. Apparently, a Denver group collects unwanted guns, which amazes me that there's unwanted ones. I'm sure Tactical would step up and take them. But apparently, they're collecting unwanted guns and turning them into life-giving tools. It's a new thing, a Denver-based initiative launched after a 2021 shooting incident in Boulder. It's called Guns to Gardens. On Saturday, they held a drive-through style drop-off event where 50 volunteers collected and destroyed surrendered firearms, giving participants gift cards in return. Since the project began, they've collected thousands of guns, many of which, unfortunately, carry painful stories, which again reinforces the project's mission to create healing through action. Let's see here. Once surrendered, each firearm was destroyed on site using a saw following ATF guidelines. Participants received a gift card. They turned the decommissioned weapons into gardening tools or art, apparently inspired by the biblical idea of turning swords into plowshares. Martin and his team of over 50 volunteers processed the metal remnants into items like jewelry, which are worn to honor those affected by gun violence. What up, Bundy? All right, y'all. We're going to get Bundy in here, get him settled in. Thank God somebody else came to stop me from this sinking ship. We'll be back in just a second, y'all.
Listen to this. Did you know that Arkansas child custody laws changed in 2021? There's now a rebuttable presumption that joint custody is in the best interest of your child. Look, if you're dealing with divorce, child custody, something like that, there's three things you need from your attorney. You need him to be experienced, you need him to be aggressive, and you need him to be effective. And that is exactly what you get at Robertson, Oswald, and Noni. These guys know what they're doing. Bonnie has been my personal attorney for many years, and she is amazing, as are the other two. If you've got those kind of issues, don't take a second choice attorney. Go to the best and let them get it done for you. You can call them at 496-6633. That's 496-6633, or go to robertson-law-firm.com.
As long as I can remember, I've been looking for love. I dance with the devil and I pray to above. I always thought that's what I should do. That's what I thought until I touched you. The way your curves feel under my hand, the way when we're done I can't even stand. Thought it was about being a gentleman. fucking switch.
All right, and we are back. Good Monday, good Tuesday. See, I don't even know what day it is anymore, man. I'm just here and freaking out. No.
You're on top of it as you need to be.
All right. Welcome, Bundy. Thanks for making it here, man. And
Man, of course. Thanks for having me as always. It's kind of a foggy drive in here.
yeah, you were saying that, man. Is it rough out there? You said everybody was driving
pretty
slow.
So everybody be careful. Visual's not very good on the interstate, but yeah, I made it here, dude. Made it here
Nice.
doing some running around this morning, watching the show. Dig the pickle chips. Or
The pickle chip song, yeah.
Pickle chip song. Was that Latasha Mack?
Yeah, I think she's one. Yeah,
Dude, I think she has a chance in the jingle game.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. She needs to send that to like I don't know, a big pickle company, or I mean, they're making pickle chips. And
Right,
pickle
all kinds
everything,
of
like,
man.
That could work.
Yeah, you never know, man. Absolutely. So, what you been up to, man? You guys?
Man, just working all the time. Yep, we did the race. I'm sure everybody's tired of hearing me talk about that triathlon last weekend, but we did that. Got that done. Super proud of my wife, man. We got it done in like just under 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was killer. They had to reroute the bike trail. It was on an actual like maintained bike trail for mountain bikes. The Buffalo River was too high, it flooded part of it, so they rerouted it on some county roads.
Okay.
Which you think would be like better, right? We were actually kind of excited that like, oh, it's gonna be on county roads, it's gonna be smooth, but it's like if what the title of the race is Snowball Adventure Race. I don't know if you know where Snowball, Arkansas is, but it is out in the middle of nowhere, like on your way to Jasper, Mountain Home off 65.
Okay.
Way out in the middle of nowhere. So these county roads, like, if they go uphill, they go uphill for like 2 miles.
Oh no.
Yeah, like you don't think about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You zoom up it in a car. But man, and the biking was the last part of the race. So you ran 6.5 miles, paddled down the Buffalo River 8.5 miles, and then got on a bike
Jesus.
and had to bike 11.5 miles back to town. And we were thinking the biking was going to be the easiest part. Dude, the biking kicked our ass. We ran the whole 6 miles. That's the furthest either me or my wife had ever ran.
Yeah.
We trained for it, but even in training, the most we'd ran at once was 3 miles.
Okay.
Just kind of got out there and was like, let's do this shit. Let's get to the
Let's
river,
knock it out.
And so super proud of us for that. And then, but yeah, that biking, dude, it was killing us. The next
And I can't
day,
even
man.
ride mine around my neighborhood without
Dude, the next day, my knees and my feet, they were sore. Oh, dude, I got more sleep that night coming back from that than I've gotten since I was like
You were out,
I got like 14 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we came home, went straight to bed, and I was thinking, we went to sleep at like 6, and I was like, oh, I'll probably wake up at like 9 and want some supper, and I'll wake up and turn on Saturday Night Live and get us something to eat, No, dude, I didn't wake up till 7 the next morning. And I was like, dude, I haven't got that much sleep, and I don't know how long.
Right.
But it was good, man. It was good. We recovered well, and yeah, both back out at it at work. On
Nice.
Monday, yeah. So
Nice, man. What's up, Michael? How you doing? Michael Glover from Dad's After Dark says, good morning. Says, good morning, Big and Rich. What's up, man? How
one
you
of those
doing?
guys is coming in, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Outlaw
Dad's
said, I
After
think
Dark?
he's going to come in on Thursday. I'm not sure if any of the other guys, Mikey G's going to join him or anything like that. But yeah, man, they're going to be joining us. And
Have we heard
hopefully
anything?
today will be the only day that everybody has to suffer with me on my own for an
Yeah.
No.
No, you did great.
No, thank you, man. Thank you.
Oh, dude, I have to bring up, and I'm just gonna call it the boner song, like the song before.
Oh, the mornings are
Jesus Christ, I had to adjust my steering wheel on the way here. I was like, what the hell's going on? I'm gonna guess that was a Patrick one.
Yeah, dude, you got me. You got me on that one, man.
Ended
I
up
don't.
in the wheelhouse?
Huh?
That just ended up in the wheelhouse?
Yeah, man. Like, so nothing on here says who it's by or what the song's about. It's just a title, and so I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. We'll hit that button.
It
And
sounded like it came from Patrick's brain.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna guess.
Turkeys After Dark. Yep. The Tactical been. Hey, Mikey G, if you're there, Tactical's been wanting to hit y'all up and see about coming in for an episode or having y'all out at the gun range. So, we need to make that happen, man. You need to come back out there with us, man. I know you missed the first one.
I'd love to.
That was fun.
Yeah, what? That was the day after your event, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looked like y'all had a good time. We watched those videos. And, he's definitely got an arsenal over there.
Oh, man, it was like a buffet
ready
of
to go.
guns, seriously.
Hell yeah, shit goes down. I'm going.
Yeah, dude, I know exactly where I'm going. I'm going to be calling up Tactical, like,
It
hey.
looked like he had a pretty good plot of land out there.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I still don't even know exactly where we were. I just rode along and showed up. So.
Along for the ride.
Right, I couldn't tell you. Yeah. We turned right on that way road and went that way. So how'd y'all do overall? What'd you come in at for the triathlon?
We only know our times. We don't know the
places or anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
but right at 6 hours.
That's still
I guess
awesome.
we kind of know place. I know there's 3 or 4 people that finished in 5.5, somewhere around there.
Okay.
The dude who finished it the fastest, finished it in 3 hours flat.
Dang,
That's a
3
6.5
hours?
mile run, 8.5 mile paddle, and the river wasn't flowing that great. Like we were wore out from the paddle. It was stagnant a lot of the way. And then 11.5 mile, mostly uphill.
That
bike
dude was
ride.
moving.
It blew my mind because we did
How?
everything we could to get
Right.
it done in 6 hours, and it's just like. And you look at, I saw a picture of the guy, and it didn't look like he was just ripped or in the greatest shape. But man, something we did learn out there that we could tell immediately was like, oh, these people do this shit.
Yeah.
These people are like, they've got
they just
numbers on the back of their car, like this is their life. They do races, and I think we were the only ones out there who were like, no, this is like our first race.
Yeah.
We haven't done, anything like that before.
I was amazed because I was scrolling through Snap yesterday and I saw y'all with a story where you were both in the gym, looked like either yesterday or something like that. And I was like, y'all just did a triathlon?
No.
You're already back in the gym?
No, see, I argued with my wife in bed Monday morning. She's like, let's get up, let's go. And I was like, why? After that, dude, I was ready to just not go to the gym for a week, eat shitty food.
Have a big burger, some fries.
Dude, I was ready to who cares? We just did that. But my wife, she's like, no, right now we need to stay on it. Right now is the time to keep hard at it,
Go to Dairy Queen, find out they, don't have any ice cream. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude, what was up with that?
What up, Outlaw? Shane says good morning. So.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Have you talked about sports any at all yet?
Not yet, man. We definitely can. Glover says 6 hours. He was exhausted after 6 minutes with the old lady last night.
Yeah.
Why, you got some sports news going on, man?
Man, I know just the basketball games last night. I think Golden State lost again. I think the Knicks won against Boston. Yeah, I'm watching a little replay here.
Yeah, man.
Looks like the Knicks killed it fourth quarter. Went up 113 to 104 and came out with the win. So that's the Knicks and the Timberwolves both are leading their series 3-1.
Nice.
Video I'm watching, it looks like Tatum's down with it's like 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter with an ankle injury of some kind.
No. Yeah, it says
off the court.
Says here tonight, I guess another duo of games that one could potentially decide who goes to the conference finals.
Yeah.
You got at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Pacers versus the Cavaliers. Pacers lead that series right now 3-1. So yeah, one more.
Yeah, and even Patrick, he was calling for the Cavaliers to do better than at 3-1. So
yeah, man, that's surprising.
I was about that too, because they come out hot.
And they just it hasn't been long since they were in the championship, right? Didn't they win the championship not too many years ago?
It was a few years ago.
Was it?
Yeah,
Has it been a while? That shows you how much I follow basketball.
Cavaliers are usually a top-tier team that are in the conversation every year.
Okay, all right. Yeah, and at 9:30, you got the Nuggets versus the Thunder. That series is tied 2-2. So.
Have you been watching any of the UFL?
I caught a game the other day on TV, man.
Yeah, dude, I just love. Usually it's this lull in sports.
Yeah.
This time of year, you've got baseball.
Right.
So, everybody's kind of waiting on baseball to get to the series, because baseball has 40 games a year.
Right.
And I just love turning on the TV on a Sunday, and it's like, oh, this is football. Oh, this is live football.
Yeah, this is good, yeah.
So shout out the UFL for coming through on summertime football to watch. man.
Absolutely. Well, and speaking about that, of course, man, we got the Hot Springs Wise
Yeah,
guys
dude.
starting up May 31st,
Super
man.
pumped
So
about that. I need to look and see if they're like giving some good season tickets out, like packages.
dude,
or,
they
like,
have got so much stuff going on
Yeah.
right now. For people that are interested in
Right.
tickets. They were doing a couple of giveaways.
Yeah, you're the dude to ask.
Yeah, man, yeah. I know they were doing a couple giveaways. I know they're doing a blood drive. I know camp is this Friday, man. They're calling for all players to report for camp. So,
Nice.
they're getting ramped up and ready to go. They did just come out with some like boxes, like VIP boxes, that are going to be apparently like it's sort of think Skybox, but actually on the field.
Right.
Like
okay.
it'll be right around, right in the front or whatever.
gotcha.
And I know they're running a deal on those. And especially businesses, man. They've
Yeah, yeah.
if
that-
you
that'd be
pick one up,
something to
they've
look into.
agreed to kind of like do some promoting for businesses and things
What
like that.
arena? What arena are they utilizing?
The Bank OZK Arena right there in
Okay.
Hot Springs. Yeah,
Okay, I
yep,
gotcha.
yeah. I guess I'm assuming probably the basketball side, the larger side of the arena, and
And, dude, to
change
tell
it
you
into
the
a
truth,
field.
I have never been in that arena. Have you been there for an event?
I've been there for a couple of events. Nothing
called?
sports wise. It's Bank OZK Arena. Right there in Hot Springs. I've been there for a couple of trade shows and things like that. Some shows that are off in the.
Is
And
it
I've
a
been there
pretty-
for like graduations. And
pretty big
things, but-
place?
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know what the capacity?
I think they said that it can for the games it can hold like 4,000 people.
Hell yeah. Cool.
So yeah, that'll be.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that.
That's a little nerve wracking for me. That'll be the largest crowd I've ever announced for or anything.
Right.
So yeah.
So is that going to be like play by play?
No, I'm just going to be what they call the public address announcer.
I gotcha.
So I'm not going to be doing commentary. I'll just be
gotcha.
the guy that you hear come over the speakers in the stand and
I gotcha.
third down on the 15 or
Right,
whatever.
right.
Yeah. So pump
But
up the
no,
crowd.
dude, that's
and all
exciting. I think when I travel, people always like laugh because I have such an array of like favorite teams.
Yeah.
Because we're in Arkansas, we have no pro teams. so
Right,
I've
right.
always just kind of picked.
Kinda
and
gotta,
choose,
yeah.
But I think that's something that hinders us is, just the fear of that. But I think that's a good arena for it. I think 4,000 people, that'll be no problem.
Oh,
filling that arena I think that's, before when the higher ups, have discussed having a pro team. It's like, oh, we just know we can't.
Well-
put the asses in the seats.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? But the arena football, I feel like that's a good bridge. It's
I
not
think-
quite a professional team, but dude, it's right there. It's more affordable. It's
Right.
fun for like a family. to go
Absolutely,
watch,
absolutely.
So, because we just don't. If you're not watching high school football, you don't have much live football to watch unless
No.
you're in Fayetteville.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so yeah, it's just Central Arkansas doesn't have live football, high school football. So I love it. I'm stoked about it.
Well, and-
congrats to you again. That's a hell of a gig to get.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I do appreciate that. And yeah, I'm stoked for it. I do know, before this was all, this wasn't just kind of something that was, that just happened to be an idea of somebody's, and they're like, hey, I'm going to make, a football team and everything.
Right.
Apparently there was studies and stuff done, across the U.S. in different cities, and they asked, people to vote or whatever. And
Right.
anyways, through all that, Hot Springs got discovered as okay, this is marketability wise, Hot Springs is a place where we want a team, and so I know there was another one. I think we tied with some place up in Minnesota or something like
Yeah.
that.
And, we had an arena football team back in the 90s and early 2000s.
Did we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Arkansas Twisters. Shout out Arkansas Twisters.
Okay.
And then it was supposed to be a resurgence in it 4 years ago. And
Okay.
you heard the headline Arkansas Twisters are coming back, and then it puttered out and you never heard it again.
Never,
So I'm
yeah.
not sure what happened. So I know people are stoked to have this in Hot Springs, and Hot Springs is just a fun place to go anyway.
Absolutely,
Horse
man.
racing season, I think either this weekend or last weekend is going to be their last weekend of racing for
Is
the
it?
season. Yeah,
Okay.
So just pick right back up.
All right,
With
just
the
move
weekend
on to the
before.
next one.
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
Well, speaking about football, the 2025 NFL schedule is going to be announced on Thursday. But before then, lots of leaks coming out. Fans spreading lots of different rumors and things. Anyways, yesterday it was learned that the season opener for the NFL will feature the Philadelphia Eagles at home against their rivals, the Dallas Cowboys.
Nice.
Cowboys, of course, have had a stunning lack of success on the field in recent years.
The perfect way to put that.
Right, but they're still tied for the third biggest draw on television, tied with the Baltimore Ravens behind the Chiefs and the Lions. So, but yeah, on Friday, the NFL's Week 1 schedule, a yet-to-be-announced team that will take on, okay, so wait, what is it saying? So other NFL schedule news includes on Friday of the NFL's Week 1 schedule, a yet-to-be-announced team will take on the Los Angeles Chargers in Brazil. So,
Oh, nice.
I guess that's going to be a thing. Week 16, the Washington Commanders will visit the Philadelphia Eagles in a Saturday matchup. And in Week 16, the Chicago Bears will visit the Green Bay Packers in a Saturday matchup. So apparently we're going to have some NFL on Saturday starting this time around, huh?
Well, they did that a couple of times last year, and one or two times the year before that. And that's something else I love during football season.
Yeah.
Just waking up early because they'll have them because they're usually overseas somewhere.
Okay.
In a different time zone. So yeah, it's nice waking up at like 7, 8 o'clock on a Saturday. There'd be NFL football going on. It's super cool.
This is kind of new, though, that I think, what is the appeal to go into a...
They're definitely trying to branch out. They're
Just trying to
be a
spread the word?
global football league. No, I think they eventually, a long-term goal is they want it to be a global enterprise. you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they've done it to America. They've squeezed us for all we're worth, as far as NFL revenue. I think they just want to branch out, and it's popular in those countries. They want the NFL to come there.
Yeah.
So you think long-term minded that only leads to, maybe we branch the NFL out,
See if we can get it, because I just, football to us, of course, is football, but, everybody else is like, that's not football, it's soccer, Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. But, yeah, I agree with you, man. Let me ask you, are you a gamer, video gamer?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I say
GTA
that,
fan?
Yeah, big GTA fan. That's probably the only thing that I've played in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I own just about every game console you can own, but I just don't have the time to ever play.
that's what I find,
That's my
too,
biggest
but-
thing. I love gaming, so I consider myself quote unquote a gamer, but do I do much of it? No, not really, not anymore.
Are you waiting for GTA 6 to come out?
Yeah.
How you on all this news, man?
Way longer, I guess.
Yeah.
They did the same thing last year.
Yeah,
I mean, they did the exact same thing. They said it's going to come out this month, and then when that month came, they said, no, give us another year.
Well, apparently now a lot of the other developers out there for games and things are kind of having some nerves and getting upset because they're saying, look, they keep pushing it back, and we don't want to release our game when their game comes out because obviously we're going to get killed. Everybody's waiting for this. So.
Right.
But yeah, apparently multiple game developers have anonymously spoken out about moving the release date of their games back to avoid direct competition. They're also hoping that Rockstar's game won't get pushed back again, so they won't have to alter their release schedules further. But man, how is a game causing this much? It's just a video game. Jesus, people, it's not that big of a deal.
Man, Grand Theft Auto, it's taken over the world. I remember playing Grand Theft Auto 2 on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
And at that point, you only had an
I think that's about the last time that I played Grand Theft Auto, yeah.
Overhead view.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Dude, I remember my mom hated that game. And it's just so funny to be 30-something years old now. And it's this game,
this is the
out
game.
The world whenever there's something about it. But people have waited so long. It's been 10 years since the last one came out.
Yeah.
And back in the day, they came out every year, every other year.
I never even knew there was a story with Grand Theft Auto until everybody started talking about Grand Theft Auto 6. I was like, isn't that the game you just turn on and go run over everybody, kill hookers, try and get the military after you, steal a tank, run around and kill everything, and then turn off?
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's what the early ones were made for. Grand Theft Auto 3 or Vice City. It was fun to play the stories, but as a kid, definitely just used it to
Yeah, I just wanted
cool
to.
cars and blow shit up.
Yeah,
And,
I wanted to get the 5-star rating, steal the
man,
tank, and drive
even,
around.
The last one they came out with, 10, 11 years ago, something like that, Grand Theft Auto 5, they really fed into that Like, and you know, it's the same company that makes Red Dead Redemption.
Okay, right. Which I've played.
If you played that, then I mean, you've watched a lot of screen time that's just like story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you're
Oh,
not
yeah.
playing. And so I think they really got into that, you know, and for the guys who do the voices, I mean, that's like a full blown acting gig for them. Like, you know, it is like a movie.
Yeah, that's
production.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the voiceovers, yeah.
If you've seen the map comparison or anything like that coming out for the new game, like I can only imagine this one's gonna have, you know, a crazy storyline, very in depth. But yeah, I'm excited about it. But I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah.
for it, you know, my wife, she laughed at me because it was slated to come out in October,
Okay.
and I hadn't played the old one in forever. And I was like, man, I want to give the old one one last run through. You know, I'll play the story mode again. Just one last. Because realistically, once this new one comes out, you'll probably never
Play the old
that
one, yeah.
Again, you know, that's kind of how it goes. And she said, well, are you still using that excuse? Because you've got a year now. Next May. Is that why you're sitting here playing Grand Theft Auto today? Because the new one's about to come out? I'm like, okay, you got a point.
Gotta get caught up on everything so
Dude,
you're ready.
it does, though. Video games is one of those things where it's like, I have a very addictive personality, and impulse control is not my strong suit.
See-
that is like, if I play it with just one day, the next day I'm like, man, when do I have a free 10-minute
free-
window
yeah, to
that I can
play?
hop on there and mess around? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just one of those deals. When I was younger, I was really bad about it.
I've never ever like that I can remember, unless I've been playing a game with like a friend or something, you
Right.
know, or you know, significant other. My partner was into, you know, video games.
Yeah.
Like that's the last time I think I ever played a storied video game.
Right.
Like most of the time I'll get on and I'll do Fortnite, I'll do Rocket League, you know, and play a few rounds of that.
Right.
But then it's, you know, Madden, baseball, you know, I
Yeah.
like the sports games and just something I can pick up quick.
Yeah.
You know, unplug for a few
Yeah.
minutes and get something done. But I tried doing Red Dead Redemption 2 because all my friends love that, and they'll play it for hours and they've beat it, you know, 6 times, and
Right.
I can't even make it through the first 10 minutes before I turn it off, and
Right.
then I come back 3 days later and I'm like, shit, I don't remember what I was supposed to do. Like,
No, dude, like something like that, it was good. Like when I went to Montana.
yeah,
Like, you know, it was perfect for stuff like if you're snowed in for a week.
Right.
Or like, you know, if you're sick. You know, you got the flu or something. That's literally when I find time to play.
to
games.
play, yeah, that'd be
Because
about
other
it.
than that, I'm with the quick games. I'm playing a game of Madden.
Yeah,
Like,
man, just
something quick, just to myself, like not paying attention to anything. But
Right.
I do love the story mode games. Like in those particular instances when I know it's like rare.
When you got the time,
and
right.
far between. But like, yeah, if you got some downtime, you know, I don't know, you're kind of stuck at the house for some reason or another and don't have something else going on, it's perfect for that. Like wintertime, I feel like wintertime, the video games always amp up.
Yeah.
For sure. Because summertime, we're outside.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
doing
absolutely.
shit.
But that's when you get them for cheap, man. That's
Yeah,
when the
yeah.
PlayStation always is like, you know, the season of play or whatever. Get games for like $10. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, man. Glover says Mavericks won the draft lottery with less than a 2% chance. So apparently that was back in some sports news. He said, let's get ready to fumble about football. And then he said, do you like the 9 a.m. games on Sundays from overseas? So he's talking to you about football.
Yeah, I love those, man.
Yeah, you were talking about that earlier. GTA 6 has a $2 billion production budget.
Yeah, so from what they've put out, that for the most part they've got the story mode down.
Okay, so
Now
that's all
they're-
done.
That's all done.
They just need to add in the
it's
hookers and-
All the just need to add in the prostitutes. It's all in the like capacity to withhold the online game.
Oh,
And That's
okay.
something that became huge in the last 2 Grand Theft Autos was you can do the story mode, you can just drive around and kill people, or you can go online and go into an open world where there's other people playing Grand Theft
Right.
Auto online and take their shit or do missions with them. Like, it added a whole new dynamic to it. You never got to play Grand Theft Auto in a 2-player setting really
Right.
ever until like number 4. And now that's why they haven't came out with a new one.
You're
in
gonna
10
have like
years.
online gangs of online players running around in there.
100%, dude. I knew a cat. Listen, I talked to a cat at a bar one time who was telling me about his online Grand Theft Auto, and like he started the conversation. He's like, "You like Grand Theft Auto?" Like, yeah, sure.
Right.
And we're like literally just shooting the shit, playing pool, and he was like showing me on his phone the like how serious he took the online version of it. Like he had a job interview.
Yeah.
In the like Grand Theft Auto world with real people though. And I
What?
don't remember what the business was for. It was like for something simple though, like a car wash or something. But in the game, you're like laundering money through it. But he had a real life job interview with real people, and they're like, and if you don't, if you're not able to dedicate, 3 hours a day or 2 hours a day to this game, then yeah, this isn't going to be the right place for you. Like he had a real life job.
That's
interview.
crazy.
It was wild. I didn't know people got like
That into it,
like,
yeah, man.
But no, people take it super serious. Which now you have like
For like, what was this? Was it like, was he going to get paid for it or?
no, this dude was definitely just doing it for fun. But
Okay.
that's what I was about to say. Now you do have so many conduits like Twitch, whatnot, like these places where people just want to watch people play video
Right.
games.
Yeah.
Which I kind of get it. It's not like the only time I've ever watched somebody play is when I'm trying to figure something out
Right.
in a video game. Like how do you do this? But there
Yeah.
are.
How do you pass the ball exactly?
Yeah, exactly.
Used to just be X and hold it for a
What
second.
button
Now,
combination do I
Yeah.
push to get to here? But now, like, yeah, there's such a market for people to just play video games, and people watch them for hours.
yeah, man.
And I think that's why they haven't came out with a new game in 10 years. There's endless entertainment. Like you could get on there just playing how you do,
Yeah.
and still find new shit on the map. Like
Yeah.
still find a place you've never been to, but take even that out of it. There's so much uploads and upgrades that you can do through the online version. Like you upgrade the game essentially.
Okay.
Throughout the year if you play online.
Yeah.
And so it's exploded and its longevity. I guess that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Like used to, you beat Grand Theft Auto, then you have the whole
Yeah,
map
you're
unlocked,
done, man.
and
You're-
then you're just driving around killing people, and you kind of bore yourself with the game. But now it's just endless. Like you can. And I don't exactly know how it works, but like there's PC versions, and I guess in PC versions of games, it's easier to encode in it
Okay.
things that like you normally couldn't in just a regular game console.
Right.
Like I saw a guy playing Red Dead Redemption the other day, and he was riding instead of a horse like a giant iguana. Like
Dang.
A giant one, and that's not something that Red Dead puts in the game.
Right, that's something you have to,
something
like-
that you encode in it through your PC. Like
Oh, that's crazy.
Like,
I
you
didn't
know
even
what I mean?
think about that.
So
Yeah,
it's
like
that.
hacking the game sort of thing.
And
Yeah.
I guess it's hacking, but it's really not because I don't think it's like not allowed.
Right.
Because I think that's what a lot of it is. Because you see videos of like Grand Theft Auto, and it's like, well, I know that car is not in the game. There's no level where you unlock that car. Like, what is that?
Right.
I don't really understand all that because I play a very dumbed down version of it. Like, I don't get online and play. I'm aware of that dynamic in that community.
Right.
But yeah, I think it just gave it so much more longevity. It's like, no, we're going to stretch this one out.
Right,
Like you look at them and they all came out like in consecutive years, and now it's been over a decade since this last one. But they've still got millions of users every day online on Grand Theft Auto. Like it's, people are not tired of that old one.
We've got, man, the comments are going off here. They're talking. Tactical says PC or bust. Consoles are for kids. So,
Yeah.
man, I've heard that
Tactical
before
seems like a
too. But
PC guy,
yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, let's do this real quick. We'll be back in just a minute.
At Botanical Alchemy Nutraceuticals, they're a veteran-owned company, and they tailor CBD recipes specifically to you. Inflammation, if you need, anxiety relief, if you're trying to focus more, if you're trying to lose weight, they have a formula for you. And you know what? They'll tweak it a little bit here and there if you need to make it perfect for you. It's sublingual. You put it under your tongue, just a drop, and it's instantly effective and 80% absorbed by your body. The other CBD that you get, the gummies, the things like that, 20% absorption, not nearly what you want. And this is pharmaceutical grade. Go over to bantx.com. It's bantx.com and put in the promo code PATP25 to get 25% off. They don't just have CBD. They've got all kinds of products. They've got a lot of different hemp products. They even have CBD for your pets. Check them out. It's bantx.com, baby.
Through the rubble I rise, after being left for dead. Now I'm looking for trouble, all my gauges are red. Maybe to your dismay, to learn I'm not finished. I've not gone away, and I won't be diminished. I know how you want it to be, I know exactly what you expect. But if you're out and see me, you better damn well come correct. My head is on a swivel, not gonna be blindsided. It seems your very best play may have been short-sighted. The streets don't give a damn about your so-called pedigree. You think I'm on the lam, but I'll be the one you don't see. I know how you want it to be, I know exactly what you expect. But if you're out and see me, you better damn well come correct. Correct. I know you're walking proud, got that nose way up in the air. You just better hope we don't meet until then. Well, take care. I know how you want it to be, I know exactly what you expect. But if you're out and see me, you better damn well come correct. You better damn well come correct. Come correct. Through the rubble I rise, after being left for dead. And now I'm looking for trouble, all my gauges are red.
All right, and we are back again. So, man, we're talking about video games there, and earlier we were talking about going to the gym. Shane Outlaw from Dad's After Dark commented on Facebook, said he nicknamed his bathroom the gym, and he goes twice a day. Yeah. Man, before we went to that break, man, I'm going to try and catch up on some comments here because they were going. Everybody was talking about video games. Latasha said she sucks at video games. Tactical said PC or bust. You know, I used to have a PC that I gamed on like. The last time that I did games on PC, I think, was back in, like, World of Warcraft, you know, EverQuest days when those were, like, super popular games.
Yeah, dude, I had a buddy who was super into World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I just never got into the PC games. Like, any home computer we had doubled as my parents' like work computer.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, you know, I just wasn't allowed to have games like that, which we had a PS2.
Yeah.
Like, no, my parents were like, you play games on your thing.
On your TV.
This is the grown-up thing
Right.
right here. Did you get like a family computer growing up? I feel like the North is like years ahead of the South.
Yeah.
Like I've got a lot of Northern friends, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I grew up with computer." And it's like, man, I didn't have like a computer class until like 5th grade.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like our school had like 20
Right.
computers. Like you went to a room to get on the computer. There was a computer room. Like, did you have like an experience like that? Or
Yeah, I mean, well, when I was in school, yeah, we had a computer room. I remember, gosh, I don't know, it might have been around 5th grade, but I remember it was early on that we were, you know, already messing around with computers.
Right.
Yeah, inside my home, we had one of the original, like, old computers that had like
gateway.
Yeah, like the not even a gateway. It was like I don't even know what company it was, but it was the big huge tower that was like this big.
Oh yeah.
And it was flat, and it had like the hard drive was literally like 2 megabytes.
Yeah.
And that was like the biggest hard drive you could possibly have, you know. We played a game called Paratroopers on it, and it was just like all, you know, 2D stuff, a little rocket, and you moved the joystick. It was like the Atari, you know.
I think our home computer came with 2 games on it.
Yeah.
The 3D pinball
Oh, okay.
and the
That was
like,
man. I
racing
used to.
game.
The 3D pinball, man. That
Dude,
was
I feel like that came on every computer from like 1990 to 2005. It just came on any computer you bought.
that was the game to play, man. I
For sure,
remember,
dude, for sure.
man, my friends and I would always try and beat each other. We smoke, of course, a big fatty and get blown out of our minds and sit there and play computer pinball for 12 hours or whatever. So, yeah, Tactical said we got one when Windows 98 launched. We were talking about, Mike Glover says we need an independent wrestling video game. Man, I agree. And AEW has come out with a couple of video
Really?
games for
Yeah.
theirs, but
Dude, that's something else. When I was a kid, I loved like SmackDown Shut Your Mouth.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
one of my
man.
favorites on PlayStation 2. I had some old ones for PS1 that was like, I don't even think, I'd have to go back and look. I know I still have all my video games, but I don't even think it was like a WWE put out game, but it was Legends of Wrestling. And
oh,
it had,
yeah, I
like,
remember some of
Hogan,
those.
Road
Yep.
Warriors, like, old guys like Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Junkyard Dog. Like,
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I used to love the wrestling games.
Oh,
Look at that. Does that bring back some nostalgia?
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yep, Space Cadet pinball game. Yeah, man. Yeah.
That was the shit back in the day.
I used to look up, like, the cheat codes and, like, how to bump the table and tilt
Right,
it. Yeah,
right.
man, it was try and get that, like, million-point score or whatever.
Yep.
So, man, they've come such a long way. So,
Right.
let's see. Tactical says he was 10 then. So he said they got a computer when Windows 98 launched. He was 10 then. He took it apart, added RAM and GPU so he could play games on it.
See, dude, Tactical's...
Tactical don't play, man. Turkey don't play. He
smart
got
with that
everything.
shit, dude. Like, I do all I can to operate this iPad.
Right?
My wife does all of our computer work because I'm just illiterate to it. Like, I don't know, like, and I'm like a millennial, I guess. I was born in 92, like,
Yeah.
but I'm just not good I'm great on my phone. I can figure out anything out I need to on my phone, but you get into like Microsoft Word and like making a spreadsheet or anything like that.
Yeah, no, you can't do
my wife's
it.
got to do it. And I mean, what Tactical's talking about, took it apart.
At 10 years old, man,
Added
that's...
a RAM and GPU. I don't even know what that is. You added a
Yeah.
Dodge truck to it. That's what I don't know what that means. Added a RAM and a GPU, so I could play games on it. Yeah, that's.
He said you added a Ram truck to it?
I have no.
How'd
idea
that
what
fit inside your computer, man?
That's how illiterate I am is when it comes to computers. Like, I need somebody like that. I need. I might have a job to put Tactical to work on.
There you go, man.
Have a cyber job I need done.
Little doggy says when he was in school, the Commodore 64 was the best computer one could buy.
Commodore 64. Dude, I'm sorry, Mike, but gosh damn, that sounds about like the oldest computer I've ever heard of. The Commodore 64. Brought it over on the Mayflower. Oh, man.
I think the first video game system that I remember as a kid was the original Nintendo, man.
Yeah.
Nintendo
Yeah.
NES. I gotta crack this door open, man. It's
Yeah.
getting warm in here.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, dude. The original Nintendo, my mom had an Atari, an OG Atari.
Yeah.
That was like my first true was an Atari. I'm always
Yeah.
proud to say that because I'm like kind of a younger guy.
Right, man. You should. That's
Started on
a
the
badge of
Atari.
honor.
Started on the Atari. I don't even know where we got the original Nintendo. Then we got the Super Nintendo. It had the purple.
Yeah, I remember that.
layout.
NBA Jam, man. Remember that one?
And then, dude, I don't remember what year, but it was the year the PlayStation 2 come out. And my parents, I'll give it to them. Like, we had that I don't know, that Hallmark Christmas moment where you open it and you're like, oh my God, I never thought I would get a PlayStation
Right.
2. And so I give it to them for that. But what they did to get that PlayStation 2 was Game Exchange had just come out.
Oh, okay.
So they took all of our old shit
Oh no!
to Game Exchange. Which was like, I was so happy to have the PS2, but it was like,
Where'd
oh,
all my
man, I
old
really
stuff go,
like
man?
Mario,
Yeah.
on Super Nintendo though. Like, so I can't play that anymore. They're like, no, we don't.
Yeah,
We traded that
Nope.
in. But,
Crash Bandicoot and Spyro for you.
oh man, Crash Bandicoot, that was the shit. That was the shit, man. I love Crash Bandicoot.
Latasha says Tom loves taking things apart and putting them together. He just added RAM and storage to our daughter's laptop, and she was amazed watching this. So, man, I guess who knew that them Dodge trucks could be used, in so many.
Oh man.
Little doggy said Bundy and his second son were both born in the same year. So
Nice.
92, man.
Shout out
Yeah.
92.
Yep.
We just barely squeaked in. Like, I'm so
Got in there at the last minute,
I'm
man.
so
Yeah.
thankful for that, man. Like, I give these young guys shit up in Montana. Like, the standard I hold is if you don't remember 9/11, I can't talk to you. Yeah. And I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it. But we were up there in September, one of the last few years. That's like kind of the tail end of season. And we watched, like the news special on 9/11 anniversary. And me and my wife and my buddy were talking about it. And I turned to these guys and was like, yeah, what do y'all remember about that day? And they're like, oh, dude, I was like 2 years old. I was like, because,
I remember taking a nap. Yeah.
They're like 25,
Yeah.
So I'm 33. I literally consider myself kind of the same age as them.
Right. No,
But
I
then
get
you
that.
start talking to them. And
Yeah, you're like,
we're
oh
the
no,
same age.
no, there's obviously a gap here. Yep. Yeah, no, I've done that before myself. I remember I was in school, and I was actually in my computer. It was called CAD class, computer aided drawing or whatever. I don't know. It was one of the electives to take, but I remember that, man. And yeah, they came over the speakers and called all the teachers, and then they flipped on the TVs. And I hated school anyway, so then they were like, well, this is what we're all going to be doing today. So if you want to stay at school, you can. If you need to go home, go home. And I was like, deuces. And
Yeah. See, I think I was only in fourth grade.
Okay.
It was 2001. So yeah, like fourth grade. Something
yeah,
like that.
I was a freshman in high school, yeah, because I would have
yeah, I bet
graduated
that
in
was
04.
different going, because as a kid, like it really didn't, in the weeks after,
Right.
definitely, like the the weight of what had happened, was definitely relevant. But like that day, I really didn't.
Right.
I want to say I didn't even know, and we might have been too young for them to, tell us. But I found out from older kids on the bus.
Yeah.
Like on the way home.
Yeah.
Like, oh, did you hear about what happened today? It's gonna be World War III and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so like I didn't, I hear that experience a lot, like watching it on TV in school. And I don't know if just our grade, fourth grade, they didn't feel like that was appropriate or what, but we didn't watch any of it on TV, my class anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I bet that was kind of surreal as a young adult.
I mean, I guess so. Like from what I remember, I didn't know what the World Trade Centers were.
Right.
So I'm a freshman in high school. I'm looking at when am I gonna get my next whatever, what I'm gonna do for more trouble, or where I'm gonna smoke my next blunt at or whatever. Yeah, I was a stoner.
Yeah.
So they were like, hey, you can go home, and I'm like, bet I'm gonna go home, smoke, play video games. Yeah. So I remember asking, like, why is this such a big deal? Like, what's going on? And then, I was watching it and saw it, and I was like, all right, well, I'm going home. So, but yeah, man, yeah, I remember that. It's, that was a crazy day for sure. And but yeah, man, it's you're right. It has, it's defined a generation, because it's like when I remember being a kid and having my teachers in school tell me to go ask my parents where they were, if they remember what they were doing when JFK was shot.
JFK or MLK. So
Yeah, exactly. One of those
our
two.
Version of that. Like,
Yeah.
And really, it's like you haven't seen a definitive line in time. I feel like COVID is the next one. It's like you have 9/11.
Right.
And you have COVID.
Yeah, COVID will be this generation's. Yeah.
It's kind of along that same wavelength. But it's funny because there is a definitive line. If you were of age during when that happened, like in 2001, there was a lot of stuff different. Even small subtle things that people born after that don't realize.
Oh,
But it's
yeah.
just like, oh yeah, you used to, if you were flying somewhere and I wanted to see you off, or I was dropping you off at the airport.
Oh yeah, you could walk them right down to the gate,
I'd
man.
walk you all the way to the plane.
Right until you walk down to go board.
I mean,
Yeah.
all the way.
Yep.
And now it's like, oh no. I mean,
Yeah.
if you don't have a ticket, you ain't getting past hardly the front door of the airport. You know what I mean?
Right.
But just it's crazy to look back on stuff like that. Where
It
it's
is,
like,
man, how much it's changed.
Yep,
And
yep.
now you got to have the real ID to get through the airport.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten mine yet.
I haven't, and I guess I should, because we do fly frequently. But and I pay so little attention to all that. Like I mean, it's required. You can't fly without it now. Like
I guess so, yeah. Like you have to have a passport
So
or
I have a
that.
passport.
So
Okay,
you're good.
I'm
Apparently,
good as far as
don't quote me on
But
that.
so okay, so the real ID, is that supposed to double as your passport and your ID.
I guess so. Yeah.
It's gonna be
Now,
both.
yeah, it'll basically, yeah, that you're verified that you are who you say you are. You're
Right.
a citizen of the U.S. and whatever, and yeah. I don't really know how much outside of that it's going to do. I don't know that you can be in another country and get in trouble and be like, no, I got that real ID. You can't,
Probably won't help you that much.
Yeah, probably not going to. So, well, man, I guess we should cover over a little bit of news here. So I was just kind of skimming some things.
What you got?
I don't know if you heard yesterday or not, but apparently, so Trump is going on this trip, to the Middle East.
Oh yeah, pick up a plane. Right?
Yeah. Qatar gifting a $400 million airplane to President Trump. President Trump. Man, I cannot talk today.
You had it right.
President Trump. Yeah, there you go. Anyways, apparently, Connecticut Democratic Senator Chris Murphy says that Qatar gifting this airplane to President Trump shows that White House corruption is growing. He says that after Trump leaves the White House, so after his term is over, the luxury jet will transfer to his presidential library, meaning he keeps it. He keeps the plane.
Right.
Murphy says the Constitution is clear. Elected officials, like the president, cannot accept large gifts from foreign governments without consent from Congress. Air Force One is more than just a plane. It's a symbol of the presidency of the United States itself. Senate Democrats are pushing for a vote on accepting the plane. Meanwhile, Attorney General Pam Bondi's former role with the Middle Eastern company is being questioned. Apparently, she worked as a foreign lobbyist for the nation of Qatar, earning $115,000 a month in the role which she held in 2020 and in the run-up to the World Cup in 2022. I don't really know what that has to do with the story, but apparently, the government's like, hey, it's nice they want to give you a $400 plane. Of course, you want to accept it. We got to tell you whether you can or not.
Yeah.
Which I kind of agree with. I said this yesterday that, no country, I don't think, is just going to give somebody a $100 plane to be like, hey, thanks for visiting. I'm doing that with the intention of in a couple of years, I may need to call you up and.
1,000%. But what I just think's funny about it is one side of the government telling the other side, no, you can't take that bribe.
Right.
Well, you sure take a lot. I did read something, and I did not background check this or read anything, but I did read that I guess maybe in the run up, or maybe when Hillary served as whatever she served as before she ran.
Right. Wasn't she like Secretary of State or something? I think. Yeah. Anyways.
And she had to turn down like a $400 necklace that some other government or entity was trying to give her because it was
a gift.
It was a gift,
right?
So I did think that was funny. Like, well, yeah, they tell some that you can't accept a $400 necklace, but Trump's like, this is a $400
billion plane. Yeah,
I'm taking it.
Yeah.
But no, I just think it's all hilarious. I don't think it's any more corruption than the other side does.
Right.
I just think it's comical.
If you're a person that looks and watches the government and thinks that the government agencies and people representing don't take bribes to get stuff down,
come on, dude. That's how it works.
You're an idiot.
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's the whole game.
I just try not to get into one side being worse than the other.
Yeah.
I look at
they both do the same thing.
And
they both.
I don't even look at them as separate.
Yeah.
Like, it's all one.
Yeah.
They're all in cahoots, dude. Like, if you don't think Trump and Kamala are high-fiving when they go back behind the curtain, you're crazy. You're crazy. The only two sides there are is us and them.
Yeah.
That's all it is. The people who aren't in the government and the people
that are. Yep.
Like, know, you start arguing right and left. It's like they're both a part of the same bird, and that bird is bending you over, dude. That's my take on the government.
Well, apparently a New Jersey man hit big and had some good karma. Apparently karma appears to work for him at least. New Jersey lottery player is cashing in on his $1 million winnings after doing a good deed. Apparently back in on April 30th, this player spotted a $100 bill on the counter at a Phillipsburg Paul Mart in Warren County and turned it into the store's lost and found. So he found a $100 bill, turned it into lost and found. Moments later, he purchased 3 Power 20 tickets with one of the scratch-offs containing the $1 million prize. While visiting the New Jersey lottery offices to claim his prize, The player called the whole scenario a test from God. So, that's, found $100, man. Hey, this ain't mine, but I'll take a couple lotto tickets and won $1 million. I mean, that's a good little heartwarming story.
For sure.
The Menendez brothers' resentencing hearing begins today. They could be one step closer to freedom after being convicted of gunning down their parents over 35 years ago. Apparently, a L.A. County judge cleared the way for a resentencing hearing, which begins today. Eric and Lyle, of course, claim they were sexually abused by their father, and their mother was aware when they shot their parents inside the Beverly Hills mansion. The current DA does not believe they've taken full responsibility for the murders. If resentenced, the brothers could potentially be eligible for parole, and they're saying the hearing should last about 2 hours. So,
Did you watch any of those?
I haven't, man. I need to. I keep saying
Were
that,
you
and I
familiar
just
with the case anyway?
no,
Yeah,
not a clue.
I wasn't either. But I guess it was like in early '90s or late '80s.
Yeah, something around then.
But yeah, we watched. I think there was two different. I think there was a documentary, and then I think there was like a. What do you call it? Like a
in-depth investigation series
it
or
was like
something.
a documentary, and then there was like a movie that depicted, without.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Their parts.
Yeah.
And we watched both of those, and super interesting. I don't really know what to make of it. I mean, it's hard to say. Like, you're kind of just going off their word that they were abused by their dad, and.
So there's never been like any, proof or reports made or anything like that in it?
There, from what I remember, we watched these a few months ago, but from what I remember, yeah, there was some accounts of other family members saying that they knew that the dad was kind of a
Weird, yeah.
well, not even
Not
that.
weird,
I mean,
but
I don't think they ever accused him of being anything other than just like kind of a dick, like kind of a hard ass. I had high expectations, super rich family. They were like in tennis, and that was like a thing he put a lot of pressure on them about. But
Gotcha.
I don't know. It's hard to develop an opinion one way or another after you watch it. It's like, only
You're still just as confused as you were. You just know more facts.
Well, and what at the end of it is, only one side killed the other side,
Right.
with a gun. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not up for debate because you killed him.
I mean, yeah, he's yeah.
But yeah, and I don't know. I think that's just kind of that's what you that's the choice you make when you decide to kill somebody. It's like, well, nobody's ever gonna get to hear their side of the story, and that's gonna, obviously be complicated for me trying to move forward in life without going to prison. It's like, maybe there was a different avenue you could have went.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
It's an interesting thing to keep up with. I'm interested to see what that judge tells them.
Absolutely, man. We'll have to see how it all plays out. So I don't know if you're ready for this, but apparently they're saying next week, man, the temperatures are going to get increasingly warmer outside around here, man. They're talking for triple-digit days. That's got to be rough on y'all.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. After spending 3 or 4 summers in Montana, it gets like 85 there, and 85 there is like great. Like, it's not 85 here. 85 here, I feel like it's pretty miserable. But 85 there, there's no humidity. So coming back last summer, it kicked my ass, man. Working in those attics and
Yeah, dude.
It's not fun, but I know if it's already going to be bad in May, then mid-July is going to be.
It's going to be horrible. Yeah, dude.
Shout out to all the blue-collar guys going to be working out in the heat this summer. I feel for you. I'm right there with you.
Well, this is a story that caught my eye today, especially. I know it's probably not something you have to quite worry about yet, but apparently it's a big story. It's science. UCLA is close to solving baldness. I had to read it, of course. Tactical, you might want to perk up a little bit here, too. And Patrick, if you're listening on your way. But, yeah, it says there's a few things in this world that cause more insecurity in men than a receding hairline or full-on baldness. No, I don't agree with that. Maybe somewhat. I mean, I could understand where some guys do, but honestly, when this started happening, I had a patch back here that started off as just a spot,
Right.
and then it kind of turned into a deserted island.
Right.
And then I went in to get my I went in to get my hair cut one day, and my barber was like, "Look, it's time, man.
Right.
It's time to just let it go." And I was like, "Absolutely." And I embraced it, man. I like the look. I think
it's like most bald guys that choose to do that, they're like, oh yeah, just like you said, I just got to a point where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna keep it shaved.
Right.
It's most of the guy, because I've got a couple of friends that are like that, and it's like, well, yeah, but that is your hairstyle, though.
Right.
You know,
Like,
what are you gonna? If you did have hair, would you have a pompadour? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like your look is the yeah. I mean,
yeah.
it fits you good. So, but yeah, the same. I feel like my friends, not as far as I know, they're not too insecure about it. Even if they had hair, it would probably be a buzz cut.
Right.
They'd want to keep it short anyway. So, but yeah, I don't know if I agree with that either.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, apparently researchers at UCLA appear to be getting close to a hair revolution. Scientists say they found a molecule, PP405 to be exact. That doesn't even sound like. Anyways, it appears to wake up sleeping hair follicles and tells them to do your job. What's more, around a week later, the job is underway, and actual hair is said to be the result. Not fuzz, but thick terminal strands, as the molecule blocks a protein that keeps follicles asleep. Apparently, Google Ventures is backing the UCLA team doing the research, and $16 million has already been raised to see this research through. Wow. The product is currently in phase 2 of trials, so it hasn't been approved by the FDA, and more study is needed to determine its long-term safety. It's possible that if approved, this product could be available as early as 2027. So not far if your hopes of having a full head of hair again. I mean, 2027 may be your year.
So I wonder if that's kind of like it's a single use.
I don't know. It said yeah.
I mean, I wonder.
I would assume that it'd have to be something that you'd probably have to use enough to, because they said it wakes up. So I guess to train your brain to,
Right.
I don't know, man.
I wonder if that's like self-applicable. You got to go somewhere. I'm interested. It's interesting.
We'll have to see how it plays out. I couldn't imagine telling somebody like, "Hey, boss, I'm gonna need to come in a little bit late today. I got to go get my hair treatment done."
Dude, shout out modern medicine though.
Right. Absolutely.
Little doggy, going back to the jet that Trump's getting, he said that the necklace to Hillary was a personal gift, where the jet is a gift for the country.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I guess, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not a gift for the country if he's going to keep it, though, right?
Am I going to get to ride on it?
Right? I mean, can I call him up like, "Hey, man, I'm feeling Hawaii today. Can I go ahead and come hitch a ride with you?"
Doggy said, too, he shaved his head for years back in the day before you kids were born. Tactical Turkey said he was 23 when he shaved his head.
Yeah.
He said his dad had cancer, so he shaved his head to support him.
Oh, that's
And
sweet. Man.
after his dad passed, he never stopped shaving.
Yeah.
That's cool. I dig that, dude. Those are always some tearjerker videos when they show somebody who has cancer getting ready to shave their head.
Right.
Their assumed partner that's there with them, or I've even seen one where the barber that's cutting their hair will turn around and do it with them.
Yeah.
Shave their head.
Oh, and shave theirs,
Just,
yep.
like, show solidarity. Those are always feel good videos to watch.
Absolutely. So let me ask you, Bundy, with you're starting out your own business, Summit Electric, right? That's what it's called.
Summit Service.
Summit Service Group. Okay. Yep. So when you're talking to people, and I imagine I know you said you kind of have a team that helps you out, but if you're ever interviewing anybody to help you out, or for a position with your company, what are certain things you would look for that they may want to avoid saying during an interview?
Oh man, I'm probably not the best person to ask this because I have a real look. I've had probably 30 jobs over my life.
Yeah, I have. I mean, my resume is super long if I listed off everything I've ever done.
I've maybe filled out 5 job applications.
Yeah.
For those, so when I was a kid, I told you how illiterate I was on computers.
Okay.
Right.
So,
right out of high school, it was a big thing to walk into Walmart or Home Depot and you don't get a job application. They want you to sit down at this computer over here.
Yeah, and fill it out. Oh, God, that always makes me mad.
I could never do that. I could never do that. And so I don't know how many jobs I got where I walked in and said, I'm not very good at filling out applications, but I am a good worker, and I've got a dependable truck.
I'll show up and I'll be here.
And I can work right now.
Right.
And I got a ton of jobs like that. And I think resumes are one of those things that are overrated.
Okay.
I really do. We've had a couple of people send in information for this new company, and I'm just hiring on the electric side of it,
right?
The electric branch. and that's my partner in it. He emailed me the resumes, and he's like, "Which one did you like?" And and I picked this kid who essentially just put his name and his work experience and all that, and versus this guy who sent me like 4 pages.
Dang.
It's like I'm not reading that.
Right.
I don't care. I feel like it's the most exaggerated version of your work history that you can come up with.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
To sell yourself, and as far as I'm concerned, in blue collar, I really don't care. I just want to know that
You can do it.
You can come to work, brother. Like, you know what I mean? We're going to be here. It's not always going to be fun. You just read how hot it's going to be. I just want to know that you can grit your teeth and stick it out. I really don't care about and I know so much context is lost in between jobs. Like, I really don't care if you've been fired from a job.
Right.
I really don't want to call your last employer.
That's interesting,
And hear their complaints about you. Like, and it's something, I'm not saying that's the right way to do shit.
No, but
In my own company, Bundy Electric, I never hired anybody except my good friend Tyree. No interview process there. And so for this new company,
hey, bud, you want to come work for me? Yeah.
yeah.
All right, you're hired.
well, yeah, what's up, dude? I need some help today. But in this new company, it's something that we'll see if it's the right way.
Right.
Because that's how I'm going about it. And just in my life right now, I don't have time to read your 4-page resume. I want to know that you can come to work and you've got some tools.
Absolutely,
you know how to
man.
Swing a hammer.
Right. You know what you're doing, and I can count on you and say, hey, go do this, and you're going to be good. Well, apparently, if you're hunting or lucky enough to land an interview, these are some things to avoid saying. Parade Magazine asked recruiter Megan Snowball to offer some advice, and here are the things to not say while being in an interview, or you could very well torpedo your chances. So number 1 is saying something like, I think my resume speaks for itself, which is what you were just saying. Like, a resume isn't enough.
I don't care that you got your mom to type up this real nice piece of paper for you. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care about that.
What if somebody told you that they left their previous company because it was toxic? I was in a toxic work environment.
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't take that into too much account. Like I said, anything I lack context on, I try not to develop too hard an opinion about.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I would have to. I think that the word toxic has just gotten so overused.
And that would probably be my biggest thing. It's like, I don't like that they use that word necessarily.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather them be like, man, my last job at the workplace was just a pain in the ass. There's
Right.
too much drama there.
Yeah, I want to know that.
I would
Like, not that
judge you more for using the word toxic,
Right.
Than anything else.
Because I mean, I've just heard that, oh well, my workplace was toxic. Well, yeah, you tried to call in 14 out of your last 15 shifts. Like, that's not a toxic environment. That's normal everyday work. You don't get to keep your job. Yeah. Another bad thing to say, I don't have experience using that program or software. They say instead, you should say something like, while I do not have direct experience with the software, in my previous role, I completed this task using ABC software, which, I mean, that's kind of, if you're going to go apply and you're interviewing for a job, it's probably not a good idea to go into that interview and be like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I kind of did the same thing using some duct tape and stuff.
Well, it kind of depends, right? Like, are you just trying to get the job?
Yeah.
Are you trying to land the job? Are you trying to seal the deal, close the deal? Then say what you got to get the job. But if you're trying to, because I've gotten myself into jobs where it's like, shit, I talk myself up too much.
I'm on over my head.
This out on the fly. But again, I only have experience in blue collar. And one thing I used as a young kid in the construction was what I don't know how to do, I'll catch on pretty quick. Like, and that was something I always try to be honest with people, like, especially electricity. Like, you're trying to find a job as an electrician. It's like, I don't know how to do that yet. I'm paying attention, and I'm going to learn. I mean, you know what I mean?
I would say same. Like, yeah, absolutely, man. There's been even, in announcing, and I do that to this day because I'm always looking to improve. And anytime I run across somebody, I've said this before, when I met Patrick at the wrestling event, I'll go up to anybody, especially for a job, and say, hey, look, if you hire me, man, constructive criticism, I'm all about it. You see something I can do better or whatever, show me.
100%.
You may have to show me a few times for me to remember how to do it. But yeah, man, I'm teachable. I'm a quick learner. Show me how to do it. I'll pay attention. Absolutely.
But
so.
yeah, maybe not go in there and shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not a good thing to do on day one.
Right,
After you just got done telling me that you built a $3.4 million mansion or something with your own two hands.
Right, right.
I would expect that you know how to nail a 2x4 or something without any supervision. Yeah. Another one to say, or another one not to say, is I'd be willing to take a step back. I don't know. I guess, if you're going for a position that is underneath your previous one, I don't know. Can you tell me more about the company? Is another bad one. They say instead ask about specific aspects of the company. And finally, don't end an interview with if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. They say instead you should remind them why you're a great fit for the position you're applying for. So, that's all, look, at the end of it, sounds like what it's talking about. Don't openly admit that you're going to, step down, or that you don't know what you're doing, or that you're taking, a step back. Because I can understand that. If I'm hiring you for a position that is beneath your previous position, I'm automatically going to figure you're not going to be happy in that position.
Right.
You're going to be looking for a way to move up. And there's a time frame with that, because I know that you only have, you have a time frame in your mind that you want to be back in that position. So, yeah, man, I don't know.
I feel like a big company man in human resources wrote that article.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's those are all good, better pointers for the interviewer than the interviewee. I feel like it's like, no, if I'm getting hired at something that I'm kind of overqualified for, I'm definitely going to mention that to you, not in a cocky way.
Right.
I am going to mention to you, like, oh yeah, I am a driven individual, and I will be looking to move up. I'm going to be looking to.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a weirdly writ article, but yeah, I get some of the things it was saying in there.
Latasha says she has a great resume and still can't get a job. I hope, be praying for you. It's hard, but like I found more often than not, especially when it comes to interviewing, I always try and go into the interview with the mindset of I'm not interviewing for a job. I'm interviewing to see if I want to work for them.
Right.
And that kind of changes my perspective.
Great way to look at it. I hate the dynamic between like companies and people trying to work.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like we should have the power.
Right.
We're the ones working.
Absolutely, man.
And hence I've worked for myself since I was 25. Like I'm not meant to be on a W-2. Like, I'm just not. Like, and so I feel empathy for people like Latasha and everybody else, because I know it is a struggle. I mean, most of the times that I sat in a job interview for a job I needed, for money I needed,
it never,
halfway through the interview, I was like, this place sounds like it's going to suck.
Right.
This doesn't sound like it's going to be what I want.
Right.
Like, will it pay the bill? Sure.
Right. But am I going to be happy here?
You know what I mean? And it's the sacrifice literally everybody makes is what am I willing to do for 8 hours a day?
Yeah.
And
Hot Wheels says he feels the same way when he's stripping at the old folks' home. He had to learn the hard way. Them nickels are cold, man. So
nickels are cold.
But no, I agree with you, man. I mean, that's that's always been one thing. And when I go into an interview, and when it comes time to ask for questions, those are usually my top 3 questions. Like number one, and Latasha, you can use these if you want, but especially when they come to do you have any questions? Yeah, I absolutely do. Mm-hmm. My first question is, what happened to the person that was in this position before?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Did you fire them? Did they quit? Did they move up? Mm-hmm. Why are they no longer in that position?
Yep.
And then I'll listen to what they say, because they can't give too many details, obviously. It wasn't working out. Okay, well, what did they do well? And what are you looking at? What are you looking at for me to succeed in?
Right.
Because obviously, like, they did something, and I would hope that you approached when you were looking at the resumes of, okay, who's going to fill in those holes that they didn't have,
Right.
So what are you expecting from me? Yeah. What do you want me to do? So that's usually where I found, the most success I have. Little Doggy says he was a stocky. Hang on, I better read that here real quick.
Well, he said his uncle.
Oh, he screwed himself. Yeah, I've done that.
He said his uncle was M. Roy Crossland with Crossland Electric. He wanted to be an electrician so bad, and they wouldn't hire me to teach me. Had me digging ditches because I could dig all day. Doggy, I'm empathetic to that. I was an electrician, I want to say almost 3 or 4 years before I actually knew the concept of wiring a house.
Yeah.
Because same. I got to a company where the boss was kind of a shady guy. I had great guys working for him, but they were all around my age. We were all a bunch of 18, 19, 20-year-olds working for dirt money.
Right.
And there was no time to sit and teach. It was, you're a laborer. I need you to dig this trench. I need you to move this heavy shit from A to B. And it was kind of like an epiphany I had just one day on the job site. Like, man, if I wanted to quit and go to another electrician, I really don't have that much electrical experience.
Yeah.
Like I'm a good worker. I come to work and can put out every day, but when it comes to the concept of it, I really don't have it down. And to tell the truth, I did a lot of self-taught
things
because it got to a point where I was so tired of working for that dude, and he'd jip me on some checks, like
oh yeah,
literally took money out of my pocket, and so I just called him one Saturday morning and quit. I'd worked there for 4 or 5 years and quit with absolutely no plan.
Yeah.
He pissed me off on a Friday.
Yep, I've done that.
I got my check on Friday. It was a few hours short. I texted him, got no reply. So Saturday morning, I woke up and said, "I'm not working for the guy anymore."
I've done it before myself.
I sat at my house for about a month, just hustling. I mean, scrapping metal, moving furniture for people,
Yep.
and teaching myself, literally getting wires and switches and wiring them up in my carport to teach myself how to wire shit.
Absolutely, man.
And I went without a job, just hustled for about 2 months, and I knew a guy that was about to quit a real small electrical company and knew that they would be eager to refill his position because it was so small. It was only like 4 guys. So when you lose a guy, that's makes a big difference. And got picked up with him, worked with him for about 2 years, and he was an older guy. He retired, and then I just hopped off and started Bundy Electric.
Man, that's...
I just say that to say I'm empathetic with you, little doggy, man. Those guys in the blue-collar construction workforce, they do not care about you. They want you to do the shittiest work, and they don't want to teach you anything.
Right.
If you want to get anywhere, you got to be willing to teach yourself.
Well, hey, let's do this real quick, man, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Do you like beer? That's a dumb question, right? Of course you like beer. Look, it's getting warmer, and beer's the best thing in the world to quench that thirst on a nice hot day. Tell you where to go. Stone's Throw Brewing at 402 East 9th Street. Our friend Theron Cash owns it. He's got 14 different beers every day that they're making right there. It's on tap, it's draft beer, and it's delicious beer. And remember, on Mondays, they have the famous $5 crowler. That's right, you go in there with a $5 and take any of the 14 beers you want, no exceptions like the other ones have. Pick any of them and get yourself a $5 crowler. Check out Stone's Throw Brewing. You can eat inside or outside, have your beer there and enjoy yourself, have good company, play trivia, all that. 402 East 9th Street in Little Rock. Check them out.
Staring up from rock bottom, do I have what it takes to climb out? Ropes tied, can I unknot them when I'm waterlogged with doubt? 35 seconds gone, I only had 3 minutes. The question is, will I drown? Or damn it, will I finish? This is how anxiety feels. This is what paralyzes me. Why does it take all these pills just to murder anxiety? Time is no friend to me, and it just can't be overstated. Pressure is the enemy. 90 seconds have evaporated. Life is a twisted puzzle I'm trying to put together. Why do I feel muzzled and yet still feel so untethered? This is how anxiety feels. This is what paralyzes me. Why does it take all these pills just to murder anxiety? I don't wanna be a wreck, and I don't wanna be a zombie. Is there a day I don't expect? It's coming down around me. This is how anxiety feels. This is what paralyzes
All right, and back again. I just had a message from our other guest that was supposed to come in today, Sunny. She was like, "Hey, I think I'm here in the parking lot," and I'm like, "Oh well, I think we're just about to wrap it up." But thank you for joining us. Man, I was just looking over the comments here. Everybody's saying, "I feel lucky to be part of PATP. I've met so many people and friends." Yeah. Latasha saying, "I love the PATP family. Truly some amazing people." Man, we all try to be. We're all,
Little doggy, a Bible school teacher. I didn't see that.
Wow.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, man.
He said he was a preacher's son.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Interesting, man. See, you learn something new about everybody every day.
Right.
Just scrolling back through the
Have we heard anything from our fearless leader, Patrick? Do we know how it's going?
So nothing yet. I thought they were heading out there yesterday. I think he had the dates confused, and I kind of corrected him on it the other day because he kept saying the 13th through the 19th.
Right.
And then he was like, "Oh, Monday I won't be here." And I was like, "Oh, okay, so are you heading out there Monday?" And he's like, "Well, we're going out on the 13th, so yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, but the 13th is Tuesday, man." I was like, "You're going to be gone Tuesday through Monday, so, what am I exactly hosting?" So
I got you.
anyways, yeah, I texted him last night, and he said that I believe they were heading out there today. I thought he was heading out there yesterday. But,
Nice.
So
he'll be out there until next Monday.
yeah, so I think passes. So I'm thinking the 19th, which will be Monday, if I'm correct. Yeah, that'll be the last day of it. So hopefully he should be back here maybe Tuesday.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. We're not gonna burn it down.
Yeah, I'm trying not to, man. I'm trying. I came in with the gasoline and matches today, but yeah.
Oh no, you did good, man. It's fun. I do miss his commentary.
I do, man. It'll be good to have him back. So Kelly had just posted that she moved to Lakeland 2 weeks ago. It's 80 degrees from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and it's only May. So I guess what? Lakeland, Florida? Is that in Florida?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know where like
She used to be in Arkansas here, but yeah, listener, that's awesome. I hope you enjoy it. Florida's. I don't know if I could live. Man, Florida always used to be like I could live here. Florida would be nice, and now over the years, man, I don't know, man. It's pretty wild
I
down
always
there.
say Florida's one of those spots that you go to if you're either 18
Yeah,
or 68.
yeah.
Those are the two ages of people you see in Florida. Either really young partying or really old retiring.
And partying too.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I feel like I could maybe retire there. I feel like that wouldn't be too bad.
I could probably retire.
Margaritaville subdivisions. Have
You're
you seen
right, dude. Those,
Jimmy
yeah.
Buffett has his own like resorts that are like homes for people.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah,
I need to retire there.
yeah, I could be a parrot head.
Yeah, I
in my-
could
in my old age,
absolutely.
for sure.
What up, Dale? Thanks for joining us. How you doing?
Talking about football, playing overseas earlier. I just got a text. The Jets will host the Broncos in London this fall.
Okay.
12th. That'll be a 9:30 a.m. game.
All right.
So, yep, go Jets. I don't know how well we're gonna do. We don't have Aaron Rodgers, which we didn't do great with him, but. Yeah, man, it's hard. It's hard being a Jets and a Razorbacks fan.
Yeah.
Razorbacks have been doing good in baseball, though. They play this.
Man, they have in softball too, I heard.
Yeah, softball, dude. They were killing it. Lady smacked a grand slam. I just watched a replay on ESPN the other day. But yeah, baseball is one of the things we can take pride in Arkansas sports because Dave Van Horn always lines those guys out. We've lost a couple this year, but for the most part, we're always in the running. I think we'll be going to Omaha.
Yeah.
Again this year. Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
I forget who we play, but I think the game's Thursday.
Okay.
So yeah, I hope they pull
check it out.
through on that one.
Absolutely. Well, man, one more story for the day. Kind of a funny story. A mischievous cat with a taste for destroying their owner's belongings has left TikTok viewers laughing hysterically after a clip of her showcasing her new gold fang went viral. Apparently, in the hilarious video shared on Friday under the username Tofus_owner, the cat's owner, 22-year-old Clarice Bossman from Denver, Colorado, says when Tofu broke her tooth, the vet gave her real gold grills for $5,000.
That's dope, though.
So a cat with a gold grill, man.
That is dope.
Yeah, upon investigation, Bossman's fiance found out that Tofu most likely split her tooth while chewing on a toy music box made of balsa wood. After the accident with the tooth, a feline dental specialist gave the owner two options: either extract the tooth or try saving it with a root canal and hypoallergenic gold alloy crown. And so the decision was a no-brainer. The cat's still under 3 years old and so full of life. So yeah, Cat with gold teeth, man. That's a badass cat. That cat will come up on these mouses are like, nah, man, I ain't messing with that thing.
Oh, dude, yeah, your cat's styling. I like that, though. I'm all for that.
Kelly said, yes, flow rider. She says, hey, if there was an ocean in Little Rock, y'all be wilding out too. Yeah, I'm not going to not agree with you there. I don't want to see the ocean party in Arkansas.
All we have is the river. That's all we got.
And that's enough for us.
You don't have any pets, do you? You don't have any cats or dogs, huh?
No. I mean, I used to, but
About having the boxers.
yeah, I had the boxers for a while. I've always been a dog person. I've had lots of dogs in my life. I've had when I was younger, we had a family dog was a cockapoo, and then we had a beagle.
A cockapoo. I don't even know what that is.
It's a cocker poodle mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cocker spaniel. Poodle,
Yeah,
poodle.
cocker spaniel and poodle mix. Yeah.
I gotcha.
I always wanted to get like a bulldog and a Shih Tzu so I could have a bullshit.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Dude, that's shout out Jeff Daniels on that.
Yeah.
Daniels joke.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I never even knew that, man. I'm gonna have to talk to him. Hey, you stole that from me, man, when I was 6 years old. Jeez.
Yeah, dude, that's Dumb and Dumber. With it, you remember he's got the mutt van?
Yeah. No, I do. Yeah.
Bullshit joke.
I didn't even know that, man. I've been saying that forever. Back when I first discovered the different breeds of dogs, I was like, hey, bullshit. Ha ha ha. I was 13 and.
Man, I feel like the poodles are like regained some popularity. You see poodles everywhere.
I mean, I guess so. They're like the
labradoodles.
Yeah, because I was gonna say poodles on their own are actually like a mean, kind of aggressive breed of dog, but man. So what you got going on, man? Anything special coming up for you?
Oh man, not a whole lot really. Just still recovering from that race. I'm still pretty sore. I think we're gonna go out of town this weekend. We're gonna go up to the White River and try to do some fishing.
All right.
And matter of fact, Jamie is off Friday, so we might pop in Friday morning.
Okay.
And
man, yeah.
I don't know who you've got lined up for Friday.
I'd have to look at my list and tell you, but man, absolutely, man. The more the merrier, man. Come on in, we'll get everybody in.
Yeah, because she took off, and we're gonna head out early so we can come in here, bullshit for a couple hours, and get on our way. But other than that, man, just working.
Yeah.
Yeah, just working.
I'm heading out to Oklahoma on Saturday for that midget wrestling thing. So man, that's gonna be some fun out there, man. I'm really looking forward to that.
Good content out there.
Man, I really think so. I'm super pumped for it. I'm kind of anxious because
Do they ever come to Arkansas?
I don't know. I mean, I would imagine they would. I don't think they have anything on the schedule. I noticed when I was looking through like their website and kind of catching up because anytime I go to a new promotion, man, I try and look up as much as I can.
Yeah, right.
Just to know, what they're like, what they're about, kind of get an idea of what they expect. But yeah, I know they tour. I know they've been in like New York and West Virginia, so I'm kind of interested to see, how it all plays out. I don't know if this is just going to be a one-time gig or if it's going to lead to something more or what, but
I know there is a circuit, and it seems like they always come through Cabot or BB.
yeah.
It's a midget wrestling
Yeah,
circuit.
yep.
I don't know. Is that the same one?
It's not. That one, I can't remember the name of it, but I know that
I see all the time.
yeah, I know there was one in Jacksonville a couple months back over there at the Hard Riders Bar and Grill. That I went and checked out. I was trying to look up who that was. It wasn't the same people.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I was just
but
curious.
yeah.
That's the one that I see all the time. But no, that'd be cool, man. Get hooked up with those guys.
Yeah, man, it'll be fun.
You think there's any possibility of future integration of the midget wrestling circuit with VCW?
I don't know, man. I mean, hey, never say never.
It's a draw. It really is. Like people like seeing it.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
it's
man.
popular.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think looks like yeah, it was the Micro Midget Wrestling All Stars that were at Cabot. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
Micro.
Jacksonville. So there's a few of those different companies out there, man, and they're all doing
Dude,
good.
So this is a question I have for you as far as VCW. This might be a better question off air, but
Oh, you're good.
I just saw independent wrestling thing, and I think it was maybe in Alabama. It was in another southern state,
What up, Luke?
but their event dynamic is, and I don't know if they do this legally. I don't know how it works, but their event dynamic is they have an event every time WWE has an event.
Oh,
And so
okay.
while their event is going on, they have some kind of screen or projection of that. Like this last one was Backlash.
Right.
And that was the one they were airing. And it was like, that's an interesting
mean,
dynamic. You think, well, of course you get more people to come out, but and I don't guess they're actual pay-per-views anymore. It's not like
because it's all just streams,
per one. So I don't know the technicality of how that works. Are you allowed to use WWE to promote your own wrestling event?
Right.
Well, how does that work? But
I don't know, man. I mean, that'd be a good question because from a promoter standpoint, like, I wouldn't think you'd be able to obviously advertise like, hey, put it like WWE's logo on or anything. But on the other hand, like, if I'm having an event and I just also happen to be like, oh, by the way, we're going to have a, special viewing party or whatever.
Well, like Buffalo Wild Wings or the strip club in Maumelle, like they show all the UFC fights.
Right.
So it's essentially like, well, yeah, it's not illegal if you have a watch party at your house.
Right.
Like, so I'm just curious, like.
I would imagine,
and it looked like it worked pretty well for them.
I would think so.
In the dead time in between matches, there's stuff going on the screen, and it just kind of adds to the whole vibe.
Right.
So you've got a super fun, I call it pay-per-view event.
I mean, it's
not.
still,
a super fun.
They're now called PLEs.
What's that stand for?
Premium Live event.
Okay. So PLEs, I need to use that more. So you've got that super exciting PLE going on, and most of the time when you're watching that, you're like, man, I'd love to see some live.
Right.
Well, shit, we got it live here with your local favorites.
Right.
Like,
hey, man, it's brilliant marketing by them because I will say, like, that is one of the hardest things as an independent promoter is that when you do have, a WWE pay-per-view going on or whatever, like, I don't know why it is because, I mean, obviously we all know, like, you can go watch it anytime, but I think it's just the being live, the not getting the spoilers, not, because if you don't watch it, you practically have to stay off Facebook or anything, or else
you have to stay off everything.
Yeah, you'll see everything that happens.
Even if it's not necessarily a spoiler, just a meme.
Right, right, anything.
Like, well, shit, that means that he won, or whoever. But it's just something interesting to think about. I saw that and was like, man, that's a really good idea.
This was, and we may have to talk on this more because I know, hey, man, thank you. Time has gone by so fast now because that first hour I was sitting here sweating bullets, man. Like, how am I going to go till 9 o'clock doing this?
You did good, dude.
Thank you, man. Thank you. But man, there was a lot of backlash over the Backlash pay-per-view, man. A lot of people said it sucked. It wasn't good, and to me, that's the second one in a row because WrestleMania really didn't hit off either.
Me and you hadn't really got a chance to talk about that, but man, I'm super pumped and back into the wrestling. Like I don't watch it live every Monday, I catch up, but still, I'm like back into it.
Yeah.
Since Ark and Brawl and coming back to Netflix, it's just this resurgence in me. And
I love to see it, man.
I will say I was kind of let down.
Yeah.
WrestleMania, it just didn't seem like. And for one, it just seemed like it was matches.
Right.
Used to, in between matches, like the backstage interviews and the celebrity,
involvement, whatever. Yeah.
Celebrity involvement. It just didn't seem like that. It didn't seem like the last WrestleMania I watched was WrestleMania 21.
Right.
So it just seemed like, oh man, it was an event.
Right.
That day, and they brought the old wrestlers out. I feel like. Was it Mae Young?
Yeah, probably.
They always brought her out.
Oh,
they
yeah.
always brought the older. I don't know. I just feel like it was.
Yeah, it was a little. It was weird this time.
What was it?
Because the main match they just had what was it? Travis Scott or whatever come out and interfere in it, and that was it.
Well, and then like the heavyweight title. Whenever I watched wrestling back in the day, that was like
the main thing,
and that was the main event usually pay-per-view.
Right.
That was the first match.
Yeah.
The first night of WrestleMania, and I know it's like performative, but it's like if you're gonna lose to a choke,
right?
For one, you have to understand that, like, okay, WWE, you're under TKO.
Right.
You literally share a company with UFC. So, like, you have to assume that everybody that's watching WWE is watching UFC.
Right.
We watch people actually get choked.
Right.
So if you're going to perform that, and that's going to be how you lose the belt,
you need to make it.
them perform.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, man, that seemed like a real half-assed joke. Like, you know, and I hate to be like that because I hate like judging from the outside on somebody's like performative art. But it's like, man,
And I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
You're a fan. You have your,
it's
yeah.
WrestleMania, dude. Like, I would be like, Jey Uso, like, choke me.
Right.
Choke me out.
Like, make it, yeah, steal the show, man.
Choke me out, dude. Like, and there was a couple of other things. Like, it just seemed real lackluster.
I'll agree.
For WrestleMania. And I can't help but think, I don't like the 2-night dynamic.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I feel like it takes away from one or the other. Like,
No.
to tell you the truth, I didn't even watch the first night until the second day.
Yeah.
I watched it all at once.
And okay,
To
gotcha.
me, that's how WrestleMania is. It's
Absolutely.
one event. You know, it's
Right, it's
it's gonna
supposed to
take
be-
up your whole Sunday.
Right,
You know.
right.
But yeah, it was cool. I was excited to watch it. And then God, my childhood hero, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Dude, I hate it. He was on the Pat McAfee show the night before.
That was, yeah.
He was on there the night before, and he went to smash his beers together.
Uh-huh.
And he dropped one when he smashed it, and then he came out on the floor. It's just like, you hate to see it. It's
Yeah.
like watching, it's like watching an old UFC fighter.
And then he drove the wrong way to get on the
He
stage,
drove the
yeah.
wrong way, drove into the barricade. And dude, you feel for him because it's written on his face when he's walking back up the ramp. Like, I hate myself right now.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I can't believe this just happened. You know? But yeah, I don't know, man. It was just kind of lackluster, and I don't really know that much about what happened at Backlash. But yeah, I heard it wasn't that well received. Liv Morgan got a new name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just I haven't seen the footage. I just saw that on.
Yeah, I guess I missed that part. I heard that the championship matches and just, yeah, I kind of heard it was just a letdown all around.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't end up watching it, but
Well, it's back to what we were saying. It's interesting to think about maybe if you could combine somehow, the promotion.
absolutely, man.
It's just
You never know, Never
and
say never.
was it Arkin Brawl or maybe it was the second event because we've had 2 events here at Legion.
Yeah.
I think it was the second event was the Hell in the Cell.
The scaffolding match you talking about, or are you talking about with wrestling?
We had the
You're talking about WWE paper.
yeah
Okay.
There was a pay-per-view the same night that we did the second event here.
Okay, yeah.
And it was cool, like for me, just running around in the background to see like the wrestlers up here watching theirs,
and then-
the live down here, and just thinking about that last night after I saw that footage of them, I was like, dude, why? You could combine the two,
Right.
You could, as far as that promotion is. They might not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
But it was like it would be a cool concept.
It would be.
You know.
That'd be interesting. So,
It's fun to see this resurgence. And
man, it is. I'm all for it.
I hate that the PLEs aren't doing great because that used to be. I feel like they just used to blow those up.
Yeah.
I mean, when those happened, it was.
Well, and I do kind of feel like I'm still holding out hope. I feel like Triple H is more of a slow burning storyteller sort of thing, if that's the right way to really put it. And so I'm hoping that maybe because SummerSlam is going to be 2 nights.
Okay.
So, and that's kind of the middle. Of course, that's the big the party of the summer. That's the middle point, and then you really start on the road to Royal Rumble, and then you have the road to WrestleMania. So hopefully we'll see something big happen with that. Nonetheless, it'd be nice to see something done.
Right.
I feel like it's been a little lackluster, and I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens,
Where
man.
do you see the Cena thing going? I mean, Randy Orton's RKOing him every 4 seconds.
Right,
Like,
right.
Literally, he's done it. Like I'm sure he did it at Backlash. Oh, I think he did. I think he sent a body double in there.
Yeah, and then he was like did like 8 referees or something.
The
Yeah.
Friday before that, he did it on SmackDown.
Yeah.
The Monday before that, he did it on Raw. Like, it's RKO and John Cena every show. Like,
I mean, I agree. I think, I would hope, and it would make sense to me that they would have Orton eventually like cash in and win the championship from him. And that would be, the whole legend killer thing, because
Right.
Orton hasn't announced he's retiring. So,
but I do love that. I feel like they made a good move. They as much as everybody liked / disliked the Cena heel turn, I don't think they like some of the dynamic coming out of it. Him beating Cody at WrestleMania, which you called. You're like, oh no, they're giving it to Cena for sure. But I think they did good rebounding and saying, let's get another guy from
Right.
the 2000s
Right.
that people are gonna like, and that we can. Who back when I watched wrestling, Orton was a heel.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody hated it.
Right.
Orton and Triple H. And
Well,
Ric
he's another
Flair.
one of those guys that was a heel that just got over, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
People just learned to.
They learned to, whether he's bad or not, they love him. So.
Dude, I remember watching him, and I think it was the Three Horsemen. Is that what they?
Yeah,
where it
yep.
was him,
Well, the
Triple
Four
H.
Horsemen were the original, but yeah, you had him, Evolution to him, Triple H,
Evolution, that's what
Ric
I'm thinking.
Flair, and
Not the
Batista.
Horsemen. Yeah, not the Horseman. Evolution. Well, that was Batista, Flair, Triple H, and him. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's the Orton I remember.
Yep.
And he had like a deal. Going back and forth with Mick Foley. Like,
Yeah,
Foley
man.
had come back for just a little stint.
He's had a long storied
Sure,
career
dude.
for sure.
I love watching interviews about Mick Foley. Like Triple H talks about him. Like, oh, I've watched Foley travel internationally with just a wad of clothes like under his arm,
Right.
not bringing a suitcase or anything, or not want to get a hotel room in whatever state they're in, so he just sleep in the airport, cover himself up with newspapers like a homeless guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Dude,
Mick
Foley's crazy,
Mick
man.
Foley's a goat.
He is. Well, man, I appreciate you coming in today, man. It's been great. You said maybe Friday you and
we'll
Jamie will be in?
Yeah, we'll swing back through. I know Jamie wants to see if Patrick's sticking to his diet while he's on the road.
Right, that's a good question. There you go, absolutely. Well, hey, thank y'all for joining in. Hopefully, like I said, he's heading out there today, so maybe tonight we might get a video update or something from him. We'll see, and I can get that
Who
loaded in.
you
with
got
an update.
lined up for tomorrow?
Let's see. Amanda will be here.
Nice.
And then
Demanda.
Demanda, yeah.
like
So I'm looking forward to that. And then again, I'll have to look at my list. I think we've
Oh.
got I know Thursday. I think you got CJ might come in. He's a local promoter. One of my buddies. So yeah, we got him. Andy Tactical Turkey's gonna come in. Latasha's supposed to come in tomorrow.
Nice.
If she's feeling better. So yeah.
Hopefully she got over that food poisoning.
Absolutely.
Latasha, you got to let us know where you ate.
So we can avoid it.
Yeah. Don't hold out.
Well, as always, y'all, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me. We will see you tomorrow. Y'all are the best listeners in the world, as
Yeah,
Patrick
of course.
always says. I have to agree with it. Absolutely. And Bundy, man, be safe out there today. We'll catch y'all later.
Catch y'all later.